What's up, Steven? What's going on, dude?
What's happening?
Oh, like I said, it's stream days always for me are hectic, and they
Yeah.
just I can't escape it. So that was that was my afternoon.
Well, at least we have a stacked lineup of
Dude,
movies that we're going to be talking about tonight.
seriously, like I was when we were putting this together, I was looking at 81, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this. There's so much to choose from, and I feel like there's even some we could have put in here, but unfortunately, for the sake of time, we couldn't put
Yeah.
all those in here.
Well, especially because, we obviously want to have enough time to really be able to dive in and appreciate each one of these
Hmm.
seminal classics that we're going to be discussing tonight.
Dude, it's crazy. But yeah, well, everyone, if people are probably still coming in, but welcome. This is Fear by Ear. We're going to be talking about the year 1981. We have a total of one, two, three, four, six titles to talk about. So I'm really excited. Of course, Steven is here as always. I know we took a month off, but we're back. So I'm excited about that. And
I feel
then
like
Chris.
this is going to be worth the wait, right?
Oh, I think so. Chris is going to be pretty late, but he's going to try and jump in here. So when he gets back from work, then he'll be able to jump in and hang out with us. But for special guests today, we have someone that's really awesome. Dude's been killing it on YouTube. I think he probably within the I feel like within the music or movie community and physical media community, probably uh, holds the record for the longest videos, but they are the most in depth, and the dude knows his stuff. So I don't think there's anybody better we could have picked for here. Anyways, guys, we've got Evan from Rocklin Graves. What's up,
So,
dude?
What's going on?
it's all covered.
I always, every time those intros are going on, it pisses me off that I'm in the background, so I can't just like. I will say, there's a channel called Novum,
Okay.
and he does video essays. He doesn't do them very often, but that's because they're like 8 hours long.
Oh,
man.
wow.
Like legit, he'll do like breakdowns on like Midsommar, or Hereditary, or whatever, and they're like, it's like 4 feature-length movies back to back.
Wow.
They're crazy. This dude's insane.
You wonder how how long his prep time is for these videos.
I mean, yeah, I spoke with him briefly after I did my video on Midsommar. I'd like to like work with him sometime because it's really, and his channel's super underrated.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think he has 100K yet, and for the kinds of videos he's making, he deserves a hell of a lot more than that.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I'll have to check him out and set aside a weekend for a video.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
dive into whatever movie.
yeah, definitely.
Sweet, dude. Yeah. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited about this episode. This is with us taking a month off. This is really just hyped it up for me even more and made me more and more
Absolutely.
excited. So, well, let's go ahead and kick this thing off. I think let's go ahead and start. So what we're going to do is I kind of talked to you about this earlier, but for the guys watching, we're going to go through these titles in order of release date. So from 1981, this one released, I have it written down February 11th of 1981. And of course, this is going to release in February. Makes sense. But My Bloody Valentine.
Dude, what a gem.
This one, actually, you know what? I want to open up the floor to Evan on this one. Well, he can explain everything for you, but dude, Evan, do you remember your first time seeing this, and what did you think about the first time ever watching My Bloody Valentine?
So, I don't vividly remember my first time seeing My Bloody Valentine, but I can almost guarantee you I know what the context was because when I was a kid, do they still make iPod Touches? Is that still a thing, or did they stop doing that?
I feel like I don't know.
I
So
haven't
had,
heard that brought up in forever.
I know. So I had like a second gen iPod Touch, and there was an app you could download from, like you would go on Safari and download it off of Safari called Movie Box, and it was just piracy. That's all it was. And I remember like very often and through elementary school and junior high, I would stay up on my iPod watching slasher movies when I was supposed to be in bed watching them on Movie Box.
It's
And
incredible.
I'm very sure that my first time seeing My Bloody Valentine was under those circumstances. But yeah, I was talking to Jordan about this before we went on because My Bloody Valentine is a Canadian horror film.
Oh, yeah.
But that not only that, it was shot a couple hours away from where I live. It's a Nova Scotian horror film on top of that. So I have a lot of love for this one.
Oh man.
A big, culture. Like I watched this movie and hearing the way that people talk and seeing the way they're dressing and
Mhm.
seeing the landscapes and everything, like it just feels like home to me. So it's one of those movies that's a huge comfort just because it feels culturally like home.
That's so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's super cool. And it was shot up in Sydney Mines in Cape Breton, which is a beautiful spot. Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, this movie, I know Steven, they just not too long ago with their Beyond the Blood podcast that they do.
Oh, yeah.
They did a deep dive. So I'm sure you're very familiar with this, probably multiple of audio commentaries you listen to for this.
Yeah,
But yeah.
this was one of the first ones I had a chance to cover on the podcast, and it's pretty remarkable though. This film, I remember first really connecting with this film, finding out Quentin Tarantino, that's one of his favorite films, and that kind of kind of like inspired me to eventually end up checking this movie out. But yeah, this movie, I still don't feel like it gets talked about enough.
No, I don't hear a lot about it, to be honest. Even during Valentine's, like during February, it
I
doesn't.
watch it
seem to be
every
much.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
I have for
same.
many years now. And also, I think that it absolutely trounces the first Friday the 13th.
Oh,
Like
The
that's
the
been
first one.
yeah,
Okay,
like
I
easily
I
to
can
me.
see that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a huge, again, I'll acknowledge that there's probably some bias there for sure. But I don't know. I think what this movie does like so well is it's just so much fun. And I think you really
oh
see
yeah.
how much that mattered. I don't know how you guys feel about the remake. I really don't like that movie. Um, and a big part of it is because it was so overly serious. Whereas like this original movie, it's so goofy. These characters are like so much fun to be around and they're always,
Yeah,
messing around and being silly. And it makes it super entertaining.
just mining antics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
What I always thought was cool about this, and it's interesting. It's good that you brought up Friday the 13th as a comparison. Is the idea that all the people in the film are not teenagers; they're young adults with careers. Well, I don't know
Yep,
if
like working
career, but
class.
working
Yep.
class,
Mhm.
and they're the ones who made the stupid decision, of uh, uh, bringing
Esther.
Harry back,
Yeah,
right? You know what I mean? Um, but I always thought that was an interesting take, and I actually kind of like it that these characters are older. It gives them more depth to each character in the film.
Yeah. Well, they get that whole love triangle going on, which like
Mhm.
is something that I don't. It's not like this movie is the first like slasher movie to have some sort of plot like that, but there's something that feels like really genuine about the way it's done in this movie, where like I don't know, it doesn't feel out of place, which I think is interesting. It's interesting to have a love triangle in a slasher movie
hmm
that you're not like, all right, let's just get back to the kills. Like, no, I actually kind of I want to be with this for a little while and
yeah.
see how this plays out because I actually think the dynamic is rather interesting. Because I like the performances a lot in this movie. I think they go a long way.
The relationships I feel like are very organic. It doesn't
Yeah,
feel very forced, and
Mhm.
whether it's within the love triangle like you were mentioning, or even their friendships, it feels like these are an accurate representation of what people would be like,
yeah.
just hanging out on the job.
I gotta take the sweater off. Jesus, overheating.
No, you're good. Um, let's talk about the kills for a little bit, because I think this one, and especially if we're talking about uncut versus the regular theatrical, I think there's a big that opening shot, right? The added gore effects and stuff, the unfortunate amount of censoring this film had, right? Um,
MPAA was brutal on this one.
hmm
yeah, yeah. I don't know why. I mean, I'm sure they had their reasons, whether
I
I
think
agree with them or not. But
I think it was because Friday the 13th had come out the year prior, and they got a lot of flack for even though that was also censored. Because of the backlash that Friday the 13th got, I think it kind of scared them with My Bloody Valentine, so they were just like really harsh on what they let through. But the restorations we've got for that, like I remember the first special edition Blu-ray that came out that had the like uncut scenes added
Oh
back
yeah.
in. The jump from the original footage to the uncut stuff was like very, very obvious. It was discolored and grainy and
Mhm.
scratched. But on like the newer Scream Factory releases, it's almost seamless. Like
Yeah.
they've done a really, really great job of restoring this movie to the way that it should be. And like at this point, there's no reason to ever watch the theatrical version of the
Yeah.
movie. Like just the uncut one is My Bloody Valentine. You just don't watch the theatrical. It doesn't exist.
Well, because there was like about, I believe it was like what, 8 or 9 minutes of
Yeah.
content that initially was cut for the
Mhm.
theatrical version, and then I think a good portion of that was able to be restored, but some of it, I think it might have been damaged, or they
Some of
weren't
it's
able to.
gone.
Yeah, which is a
Yeah.
bummer.
Always
But
sucks.
and like I remember the big scene, wasn't it, right at the beginning where I don't think no, it's not Harry that actually does the first kill of the movie opening scene, right? That's still Axel, right?
I'm fair. That scene always kind of weirded me out.
Mhm.
It's super tacked on, but yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's Axel
I
because
feel
it
like
wouldn't
it
make
is.
sense for it to be Harry.
No, right, because I feel like later in the movie, the sheriff is kind of like, "Hey," they reference that missing girl as it
Yeah,
seemed to be fairly recently, so I feel like that was still Axel. That was that
yeah,
shoved the
I think so.
pick through her chest.
Because Harry only did the what was it, 3 murders?
It was Axel's dad.
Outside of him eating people, outside of the mine.
Right. Yeah. Um, but one of the craziest ones, and it still surprises me every time, and it always gives me a quick like, oh my gosh, and then a quick chuckle is the guy who, when they're climbing the ladder and he gets
Mm,
hung for a second, and then literally his shoulders up get
yeah,
really ripped.
it's crazy.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, to me the kill that always stood out to me, and it's kind of a generic answer, but was the pickaxe up through the chin.
yes.
I
Oh yeah.
remember seeing that for the first time, and the way that the eyeball is on the end of the pick, if I
Yes.
recall correctly, it is. It's been a couple years since I've watched it. I didn't get to watch it last year, but it's either on the edge or it's like hanging out. But I remember seeing that for the first time, and like that effect like really blew my mind. Plus, that character is like such a fun version of the like bad omen guy that it was nice to see him get his comeuppance in
There you
such
go.
fashion. But
Yeah.
also, like, you kind of feel bad because he's just a grumpy old guy trying to fuck
Yeah,
with some
right.
kids. These damn kids. He's the embodiment of that.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Steven? Any of them stick out to you at all?
Uh, I mean, the one that I feel like is always kind of jarring is in the laundromat where they
Poor
go in.
Mabel.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we find out like obviously what the the aftermath of that looks like. It's just such like a gross kill,
It is.
or just knowing what the outcome is
The
kind of reminds.
reveal when they
Well,
open up the dryer.
Yep.
and
Yeah.
that's such a crazy like first kill of a character that we've met prior is to
Hmm.
have like this sweet old lady be the first one that we're like, and we're fucking burning her.
Yeah.
It's like it's one hell of a way for the killer to get like introduced into the story.
I remember
I always just
when
get sad.
I know. I remember when they initially discover it. I'm like, wouldn't that whole laundromat smell just fucking
Yes,
terrible?
Oh, it
Like,
would for sure.
absolutely.
I don't know.
No, definitely. Or the one that I also liked, and I think is very creative, is I forget the names. I'm terrible with names, but the two that are they're in the mine, and he basically goes, "Hey, I'm gonna go get some beers," and he comes back,
Oh
and
yeah,
she gets her through the back of her head the faucet or the
yeah. The
Oh, yeah.
water's coming out of her mouth.
yes,
It's so creative. I've always loved that one.
Was
yeah.
that one of the ones that got trimmed down? If I
Yes.
recall correctly. Yeah.
Mhm.
There was like a shot, I think a front-on shot that was trimmed away. You had like from behind her head in the theatrical version with the water spewing out, but you didn't get the like front-on view of the spout coming out of her mouth, which sucks because that's the money shot.
For sure.
I also love that scene because her reaction when those jackets are dropping down is hilarious.
Oh yeah, she
So
loses.
over the top.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of, this one I feel like is in terms of the creative kills and the way they do them is pretty underrated. Not a lot of people talk about it. The
Mhm.
hot dog boiling scene, that's getting boiled to life and choking or drowning in boiling hot dog water. Like that's
That would
nasty,
suck.
Terrible way to go out.
right?
I wish they had made use of the guy who was like snorting actual Coca-Cola through a straw. I'm like, they could have done something with that. Could have tied his death into that in some fashion.
Jam the bottle through his nose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
maybe
I would
something like
something
that.
or
Yeah.
do that and have him drown in the Coke. I don't know.
Drown in the Coke.
Drown
Yeah.
in the Coke.
There's an idea.
Yeah, yeah.
No, to
Now-
me, like this is just one of those like I know you guys will understand. It sounds crazy, but like comfort slasher movies.
Yeah.
Where like My Bloody Valentine to me has always been one of those where it's like to me it's like a quintessential slasher movie. It's got everything you want out of slasher. It's got crazy kills. It's got fun characters.
Atmosphere.
The end is a little wonky, but yeah, atmosphere is amazing. Plus, holy shit, the ballad at the end of the movie by what's his name? I literally have the song downloaded on my phone or my computer here. The Ballad of Harry Warden by John McDermott, who's a Scottish folk singer. That song is brilliant. It's so good. I want more folk songs to close off slasher movies. It fits so well.
You don't get that too often. Another one I
No.
think of is in Mad Men.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or not Mad Men, Madman.
Yeah. Yeah, that one. What was I? Oh, I had something I wanted to bring up. Oh yes. So you talked about the ending where Axel kind of just cuts off his own hand, runs off, and maniacally laughing. Do you think if they made a sequel, how do you think that would have gone? Because that seems like they primed it for a sequel.
Yeah.
You could have. I definitely feel like that there was like enough left over at the end where it left his fate open ended.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have him come back, but it's almost like I don't know. It's kind of like Texas Chainsaw 3, where it's
Right.
like loses his arm. It's like, well,
Yeah.
how is he going to be as capable?
Yeah, they kind of shot themselves in the foot with it because, like, I don't know how many people would be like running back to the theater for another movie of Axel killing people.
Mhm.
Well,
Like, I feel like they get so close, and then if it had just been Harry Warden, I feel like that would have been a better play.
Well, they could have pulled the Friday the 13th, right? And the second one, Harry actually does come back, and it could have
That would
been
be
a
cool.
whole Halloween ends where he
True.
takes on, Axel's taking the mantle, and then Harry's like, "Okay, sit down."
Mhm.
Harry's
Now
like,
now
you're trying to take my vengeance
right.
and take that away from me. We're
Yeah.
not having that. That's a cool idea.
Yeah, I wish I was thinking about that when I was watching it. And so I was like, I've never heard of them doing a remake, or not a remake, I'm sorry, a sequel. And I was
Mhm.
like, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because the amount of even if like the Italians went and made a My Bloody Valentine, do like
Yeah.
Sign me up.
right? I know Steven's all for that. And
Yeah.
I looked at it, but I was shocked that no, there actually was never ever any kind of theatrical sequel to the original.
Blumhouse has it now. I don't know what they're doing.
Oh, please no.
Do a third
No, they
remake?
are doing another My Bloody Valentine.
Like a
Um,
remake, like another.
Well, that's the thing.
remake,
Like, we
or-
don't know what it is yet. Like, I don't know if it's a remake. I don't know if it's like a reboot of sorts. I don't know if it's a requel. We don't know if it's like a sequel to the. We've got no idea. We know that Blumhouse is doing My Bloody Valentine, which I was kind of like, man, if I ever got to like make a fan sequel of a slasher movie, I'd want to do My Bloody Valentine because I live there and I want to film that
Yeah.
scenery.
Yeah. Well, I feel like okay, hear me out. With Blumhouse doing Halloween, right? 2018. I actually kind of enjoyed that trilogy personally.
Oh, same.
So I feel like if they were able to do something similar and do like a sequel to a callback to this one,
Mm.
I think there's potential there. You just have to do it right.
Yeah, I mean, it would all depend on who they got to do it, and now there's all the issues of Jason Blum really pushing for like generative AI in movies, so you don't even know if what he's doing is authentic at this point. So
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, he's always been big on doing films on a low budget, and I think
Yeah.
and and now it's getting to the point where it's starting to bite him in the ass with the whole AI thing, because he's probably thinking, hey, I can save so much money,
Yeah.
For
just
sure.
do AI, right? And
Which sucks because
Man.
I think like for a long time, like that business model was so perfect. To me, it was like such a good thing to have where Blumhouse movies weren't always amazing, but it was really good to have this studio that was like giving budgets to new filmmakers
Yeah.
to make their horror movies. And we got a lot of cool shit done, even though there were like movies that didn't work as well.
Mhm.
When you pump out a lot of movies, you're going to get some good stuff.
Yeah.
Blumhouse does get a bad rep, and I think a lot of it's earned, especially over the last few years. Um,
Yeah, the hit rate's been kind of low.
yeah, and especially now with like Jason Blum's comments about this stuff, and I
Yeah.
don't know when the last time I saw a Blumhouse movie that I loved was. I think the first Black Phone was the last time I felt that.
Yeah, I was trying to
That's a
think
great
about the same
question.
thing. Black Phone 2 was just horrendous to me.
I didn't like it either.
It,
There were things I liked about it, but
yeah. Well,
no,
I liked the whole Nightmare on Elm Street dream sequences, the way they shot it. I thought was
Sure.
really cool. I didn't like the characters.
movie had no teeth either. No one died the whole time. Like people would like
No.
get shredded into meat, and you're like, they're definitely dead right now, right? It's like, no, they're fine.
Oh,
Drown in ice for 30 minutes, like they're dead, right? No, they're
the
they'll
the
be walking.
shot of in the phone booth spinning.
Yeah, I was like, what the
dude,
hell?
that's cool. Like,
Yeah,
come on, and it nothing came of it.
I don't know. Yeah,
I think-
I have so much to say about Black Phone 2. So like I'm planning on doing a video on it at some point. But yeah, I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it.
Yeah,
I feel like Us was the last one that I really enjoyed.
that's a great one.
Was Us Blumhouse?
I think it was with Blumhouse, Universal Pictures.
Huh.
There's a couple different production companies attached to it, but
Well,
Okay.
and what was Jordan Peele's production company? Monkey Paw, was it?
yeah,
Yeah.
Monkey Paw
So
Productions.
he okay, so that one as well.
All right. Well, yeah. So anyway, there will be a new My Bloody Valentine
Yeah.
coming at some point in the future. Maybe they can get like Mike P. Nelson or something. He can do something weird and new with it because he
Maybe-
likes doing that.
Yeah,
We need Tom Atkins to come back.
bring
Bro.
Tom Atkins.
We do. That's the one thing. Like, I don't like the remake. I kind of hate that movie, but Tom Atkins is in it, and that helps. That never hurts.
Tom
Nope.
Atkins is the man.
Well, to wrap up My Bloody Valentine. Look, I think what I love about this film is to me it fits and it's got its place every year to watch, similar to a Halloween. Well, I watch Halloween year round, but to the normal
Mhm.
horror fan, right? Yeah, Halloween, Black Christmas, now Eli Roth's Thanksgiving, I think is kind
Yeah.
of, hey, this is,
Although Blood
Yeah.
Rage was already there.
that's
Dude,
true.
I love Blood Rage.
I
That
forgot
movie's
about
so
that
good.
one. But this, yeah, I mean, to me, you can't think of Valentine's Day without My Bloody Valentine.
No.
It goes hand in hand at this point.
Can we also highlight the soundtrack from Paul Zaza?
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
good.
It's great.
I
Very
would
good
also
soundtrack.
love to highlight Hollis just in general. That guy's one of my favorite
Dude,
Oh,
characters
he is the best.
in a slasher movie. He's amazing. And can I the scene of them in the junkyard cooking meat on their car's engine?
Yes.
I'm like, all right, this is the most Nova Scotian thing I've
Oh,
ever
really?
witnessed. They've got like the blue plaid jackets on and everything, and I'm
Man.
looking at this. I'm like, this is amazing.
we should have done that for this episode just to replicate it.
I do have one of the same. I wore it in my video on My Bloody Valentine. I have one of those blue
really?
plaid.
Oh,
Yeah.
I meant like barbecuing, like they did.
Oh,
that
yeah,
too,
yeah.
we'll take both.
Yeah.
Hollis, man,
Hollis
incredible
is the best.
mustache.
I know. And he's such a. You want to listen to him. Like he
Mhm.
could lead a group so easily.
Yeah, he's the guy that I would follow in a tour
Totally.
in the mines for sure.
100%.
And the way they took him out, just
It always
Yeah, he
makes
got
me
done
so
dirty.
sad.
let's see. Is My Bloody remake the one where Atkins gets impaled on an antler or something?
Someone gets. Oh no, isn't that Silent Night, Deadly Night?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Or maybe it
does
happens in My
happen
Bloody
Silent
Valentine too. I don't know.
With what's her name from Return of the Living Dead? That's her.
Yeah.
Oh, Linnea Quigley.
Linnea Quigley gets impaled, yeah, with the antler. But I got to be honest, I've never seen the remake.
So Tom Atkins' death in the remake, he gets a pickaxe in the jaw and they rip his jaw off, and then
Yes.
it's a bunch of 3D CGI blood and it looks like shit.
I mean,
So
that
that's
concept is really
the
cool.
concept is great. It just that movie used so much CG because it's a 3D movie, and they're like, we want all the gore to be 3D.
Oh man, the 3D back in the day, man. I mean,
It was
That hurt, though.
2009, man. It's such a 2009 movie too because you have the 3D gimmick, and then you also have Buddy from Supernatural
Oh yeah.
as he's playing Axel, I think.
okay.
But it just feels like a time capsule.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jensen Ackles.
Jensen Ackles.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Okay. Oh, he's Axel.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well, like I said, I have not seen the remake just because I love the original so much that it's just and plus I think
Or-
when I came out, I don't know what I was doing at the time.
He's either Axel or TJ. I can't remember.
But Hollis, do they have a Hollis character in this?
No. Well, the remake is not fun.
No,
it's
Okay.
they're like super serious and like, well, this is an adult movie. We're not being
gritty
silly or
tone.
goofy. It's just stupid.
Let's see. Pickaxe sounds familiar. Cheers, been bugging me for a while. No,
Yeah.
you're good. All right. My Bloody Valentine. Look, I think this is I love this movie. I think the Scream Factory 4K transfer looks incredible.
It's perfect.
I
I
agree.
think it's great. There's another transfer from Scream Factory we're going to talk about later that I think might be Scream Factory's best, one of their bests. But any last things you want to say, guys? Want to say about My Bloody Valentine before we move on?
I
No,
think so. Kind
It's
of
a-
covered what I like. Love this movie. Bias aside, I would take it over many slasher movies that came out in the 80s. It's such a comfort thing. Characters are a blast, kills are awesome.
Oh yeah.
I just never don't have a good time with it. It's like everything I want out of a slasher movie is in this one.
Yeah, it definitely checks all the boxes for sure. All right, guys. Well, let's move on to this next one. I think, I'm shocked. I don't know if Steven has it with him, but he doesn't have a VHS of this. I'm sure he at least has one.
Oh, it's. I have one, just not with me at the moment.
Just tucked away. But this next one we're going to talk about today, and this is the one that I said might be, I think, the best Scream Factory transfer. I think this, it looks so good. It came out on May 8th, but The Burning. This movie. Now, this was a recent watch for me. I didn't watch this, it's not one I grew up with.
Love that movie.
But man, Cropsy, the whole idea with the shears, I think is great. It's very creative. It's not your typical axe, knife, whatever. It's a pair of shears.
Mhm.
The way Cropsy goes out, I think, is terrible. But from what I hear, you find in the movie he's not the greatest of a counselor, but still, like I said, this movie for me, it was a fairly recent watch for me, and man, that it was. I love this movie. This is another one that I think is great. Scenes that stick out to me, man, of course, is the raft.
Oh yeah, Tom Savini.
Oh, dude, Tom Savini, what a stud. What do you guys think of this movie?
Oh, I think I don't know if I would say. I mean, it's definitely up there. I would consider this probably like a S tier slasher. It's a movie that I watch every single summer.
Mm-hmm.
Combine that in with like Friday, any of the Friday the 13th movies, Madman, Sleepaway Camp. But I think this one, by far, especially with the 4K transfer from Scream Factory,
Mm-hmm.
it might be one of my favorite titles I own from them. So, but yeah, I love everything about this movie.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be an odd one out because I don't like this movie.
Oh no!
Really? Okay.
Yeah, no, I look. So it was kind of a first time watch for me. I had tried to watch it a couple of years ago, and I found it painfully boring, so I never got through it. So I rewatched it again recently. I still found it just didn't click for me. But I will also say, and I do think this is important to mention, I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but there's some like behind the scenes stuff with this movie that I was aware of before seeing it. And so like while watching, there's some stuff that goes on in the movie that's kind of hard to separate from the people who made it. That for me kind of makes it hard to get into it. I don't want to dour the mood, so I'm not gonna like,
No, you're
Oh, you're
good.
good.
you
I
know.
want to hear your thoughts.
Okay, so Harvey Weinstein did the story for this movie,
I w-
Mhm.
and
that was going to be a topic.
there's a lot of like guys being sexually creepy in The Burning. So
Mhm.
for me, going into the movie knowing that just kind of made it hard to get into because of how often that's going on in this. But it's not one of those things where like I'm like my opinion's like I totally get why people love this movie. It
Mhm.
just I don't know. I don't find the raft scene is amazing. That was brilliant. Like a peak slasher moment.
Yeah,
Super great.
sure.
But most of the movie I don't know. I find it very dull. I can't get into it personally speaking, but I'm glad you guys love it so much.
It's hard though, because you really do have to separate obviously the behind the
Yeah.
scenes stuff or just like
Mhm.
what happened. And it's like that with other films. I think
Yep.
that's the real challenge.
There
But
are some movies I can definitely do that with. This one to me this one felt a little closer.
Mhm.
yeah.
So I had a bit of a harder time with it, but yeah, absolutely. You know, there are plenty of movies where I have no problem separating the people who made
Yeah,
it from it.
there's definitely movies like that. I think a big one is kind of the big elephant in the room is Jeepers Creepers, right?
Oh
Mm.
yeah.
Or
Which I've
even
never seen
really.
because I knew about Victor
Oh,
Salva and
Mm.
hadn't seen them. So then I was like, I just don't want to. I just don't want to do it.
Yeah, I will say though, I'm a little surprised. I am, but I'm not surprised that they haven't put a 4K
Mm,
release. And the only reason I say
agree.
that is because we've gotten Roman Polanski,
that's true.
films done in 4K. Now maybe that is, it's far enough in the past.
Yeah.
That's why I don't know. But that's the only thing that I'm shocked, but I understand. It's kind of it's a weird thing.
Hmm. No, I agree.
Yep.
But to bring it back to The Burning, um, I didn't realize this, and literally until today, that this is based off of an urban legend.
Oh yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I had
Crafty.
no clue.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Steven might be able to speak on that a little more. But yeah, I guess it's a real urban legend in is it New York?
Yeah, upstate. I think it's upstate New York, if I remember correctly. But
Yeah, about this urban legend of Cropsey.
Hmm.
yes, I'm trying to see. Let me just pull up a little info on it.
No, you're
So
good.
I mean, that's cool.
What's going on, Alexander? I'm
let's
glad
see.
I'm glad you joined us. What I missed? We just finished talking about My Bloody Valentine, and that's about all you missed. You're caught up pretty much at that point.
So it originates, I guess, in Staten Island. Cropsey became the name for a deranged escape mental patient living in the woods or tunnels and was responsible for snatching kids who wander too far. Um, you know, obviously, I mean, to a certain extent, this film kind of loosely draws from that. I mean, it's basically a burned killer that's out in the woods that's hunting down
Mhm.
um, teenagers, but that's originally where I think some of the influence got brought in for this film.
Okay. Yeah, because I was reading about that and I had no clue. I mean, this seems as far as influence on, the influence of the urban legend seems to be almost in name only, really, that I can see at least.
Yeah, it's because there's like some real life connections from my understanding to like some incidents that went on, but it's more like the urban legend that I would say influenced this film more than anything. And I believe that there was a lot of overlap with Madman as far as the premise for both those films. So I believe Madman had to alter their approach for the film in order to not have too much overlap with The Burning, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, yeah. Mateo was just saying Madman was
Oh,
supposed to,
yep.
yep, have Cropsey, but the Burning took the idea first. Okay.
Huh.
Yeah, that's all. I had no clue, literally, until today, prepping for this live, that was the case.
It's pretty creepy.
Yeah, yeah. You know what though, and we talked about this with My Bloody Valentine with it not having sequels. This one, are you surprised? Because I feel like maybe the reason it didn't get pushed further was the overshadowing of Friday the 13th, being that summer camp slasher.
I always wondered if Cropsey as like a killer would have really taken off, because on one hand I would have always been interested to see how his character or
Mhm.
story could have developed
Yeah.
over the course of some sequels. But then again, there's something about, I think, having just a one and done film. There's
Mhm.
something about that like My Bloody Valentine, sometimes I'm okay with that. It doesn't necessarily need to, spawn an entire franchise.
Yeah, no, I think so too. I'm just trying. I was just wondering if because it does seem to be in the grand scheme of slasher films, I would say more underrated than a Friday the 13th, obviously. And I can't help but think that has to be part of the reasons because everyone, because of the popularity of Friday the 13th.
I believe because we did a deep dive for Beyond the Blood for The Burning,
Mhm.
and from what I can recall, the director Tony Malum, I don't know if he really had a strong desire to revisit it necessarily. I
Yeah.
don't think that he was like super into horror like that. So I mean, maybe if you had another director that got in the mix, kind of like how Steve Miner came along for Friday the 13th Part 2 and 3,
Mhm.
that could have been bringing a new voice into the mix. But um, yeah, I'm not sure. This is another one that I'm kind of surprised there was never a follow up to.
Hmm.
Yeah. Let's see here. The Burning is a movie I found while looking for slashers to watch for free
Oh,
on YouTube.
I
New
love
York Ripper, Maniac, Prowler. Dude,
It's a good list.
that is a
Maniac is
very
good.
good list.
New York Ripper, that movie scarred me.
I love Maniac.
Oh, that toe scene, I still can't get over that.
The Prowler to me is one of the best testaments for Tom Savini's work
Oh, okay.
because the movie itself is like not good. Like to me, there's another one where I find it really dull,
Mhm.
but because of Tom Savini, it's like still an S tier slasher.
I'm kind of surprised we haven't gotten a 4K for the Prowler,
Yeah, that's true. I guess we haven't, eh?
because
Yeah, who put out that Blu-ray?
Blue Underground.
I was thinking, okay, so I
Yes.
mean, it might be coming. I don't know.
We
And
got to
then
manifest it.
there you go. Okay, I agree with Evan. I thought it was a hidden gem, but the only real memorable scene is the raft scene.
Hmm.
The little bully guy is annoying.
Oh, he was so goofy. It's fun though. I liked his character just because it was so stupid.
Yeah, yeah. Well, The Burning, yeah, it's look, I think the movie is I think it's a great camp slasher in my opinion. It's I wouldn't put it up there with Friday the 13th to me. Steven might disagree with
Mm,
me on that.
I mean, I like it a lot, but it
Yeah,
it pairs nicely with another film we're going to talk about later on as a
Mm.
double feature.
I could see that. Yeah, yeah. Um, anything else, guys, on old The Burning, Cropsey?
No, unfortunately, I don't have a particularly nuanced take on that one.
Would So I know we were talking about Tom Savini earlier, but do you consider this film like some of his best work, or where would you rank this compared to some of the other films he's worked on?
I mean, the raft scene is certainly like something that if you're putting together like a collage of Tom Savini's, like if you want to do a effects reel for him,
Hmm.
you have to include that scene. So
Yeah,
like, I don't know, like it would be high up just because of that one sequence.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, Maniac. That
Maniac's a
might
good one.
be I don't know. Maniac is so good. Even A Day of the Dead is also another great one.
He got to blow up his own head in Maniac. How fun is
Yeah,
that?
Right? That's what it's that scene, man. I tell you, Maniac is so good.
it's
And then
tough because I'd probably put Friday the 13th Part 4 up there
Oh
yeah,
as
yeah.
best work.
I think
yeah,
that's like the quintessential sizzle
yeah,
reel
that's
for
true.
like Tom Savini stuff.
Hmm.
It's
The
true.
last like 20 minutes of that movie,
Hmm.
you just go, "This is what that guy did," and you're like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
Yeah. Um
I remember seeing Jason slide down the machete for the first time, and I was just, as a kid, I was like, "Oh my, this is the
Yeah,
craziest
that
shit
was
I've ever
great.
seen."
Yeah. I feel The Burning goes great with Sleepaway Camp. Same feel. Yeah,
Totally.
Yep.
I can definitely see that.
Do you
Which
guys have a preference between those two?
between The Burning and Sleepaway Camp?
Yeah,
I like The Burning personally,
Oh,
but
that's tough.
it's an easy sleepaway camp win for me.
Oh, well,
I love that movie.
that's such a good movie, and what a way to end a
I
movie.
know.
You know what I mean?
oh
Just the
That's what I'm curious
biggest.
about. Did you hear that Keenan Thompson is getting a remake of that?
yeah,
Like the guy from SNL
I didn't know that.
is pushing a remake for Sleepaway Camp. And I'm just curious. I'm not taking a stance on this. I'm curious about how they're going to handle that in our current social climate.
You know what? If they're gonna do it, look, they have to just. I don't care. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I
And
mean, I
with
don't know what
all
else
that,
you do.
I feel like if they try and I don't know what the best word to use, but try and be sensitive to everything. I
Yeah.
think they're going to get more pushback than if they're just like, no, we're just going to go for it.
Yeah, you're
If they
probably
really
right.
just went for it, I think they're going to get less push. I feel
Yeah,
like, I mean, you're
I'm
going to
just
get
so
some.
curious to know what a sleepaway camp movie in 2026, 2027. What does that look like? Like what does that
we
mean?
we were talking with Thomas Vandell from Sleepaway Camp, and we were trying to get more details
Oh
on that
shit.
because we were trying to figure out like, okay, what is this? Is this just a reimagining, a remake? Like, what are you guys intending on doing with this? Because
Mhm.
he has some level of involvement with the film,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I'm just so fascinated to see kind of like what you guys were talking about. I feel like this is a movie you have to just go all out
Yeah.
and not just try to be like very PC about it.
I
I don't
think
know.
we're past the point of like super reactionary stuff.
Hmm.
So I think if this was in like 2021, it would probably be a much tougher sell. But I think if it comes out in the next year or two, they'll get
Mhm.
some pushback if they do the same sort of things, but they'll be fine.
Yeah. As long as Felisa Rose is involved and is in
They'll
it,
get her. She always pops up.
she's a
She's so
gem. So
involved.
yeah, I love
She's so
her.
nice.
Okay. Well, oh, and then if you guys didn't know, speaking of Sleepaway Camp, even though we're not talking about Sleepaway Camp as a topic, Steven over at Beyond the Blood, they just did an episode on that. So go check that out, guys.
Oh hell
Yeah,
yeah!
thank
I'll have
you.
to check that
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Got that in the interview.
I
Yep.
still need to do a video on Sleepaway Camp. Well, maybe when the new one's coming out, I'll do a series. That's usually what I do.
There you go. That's a perfect time. People will be looking for it. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, there is The Burning with old Cropsy and all of its controversial stuff behind the scene, all that fun stuff. But anyways, moving on. This next one, this is an incredible movie. I think I love this movie so much. Watched it. We watched it the other day, and it reminds me of how great this movie is. Um, Speaking of Tom Savini and summer camp slashers,
Mm-hmm.
Friday the 13th Part 2.
Oh,
Oh shit, that's a nice release. What is that?
This is from the Paramount Scares
Oh, okay.
set.
oh,
This
very
is,
nice.
yeah,
cool.
so it's the
I haven't upgraded to any of the 4Ks from Friday the 13th. I mean, I have the
I
box
haven't
set that
either.
Scream Factory did.
yeah.
And like those Blu-rays look so good already.
Yeah.
And I also have the Panasonic UB820 that does the upscaling for
Mhm.
Blu-rays, which is the best upscaling algorithm I've ever seen.
Yep.
So I'm like, I don't know if I really need to to go up.
No, you probably don't, but I will say, because I have the Scream Factory one as well.
Yeah.
It looks so good. I have the UB820 as well, but I think these were on sale for like $40. So to
Yeah.
get like 4 or 5 4Ks for $40, I'm like,
I would do it then. But it's
yeah,
like
I'm
I am
legit.
a Friday the 13th fan. I'm not like if it was Halloween, I'd be upgrading immediately. I don't give a shit.
Dude.
But like I'm not the kind of Friday the 13th fan where I need every release of it.
Right.
So
Yep.
maybe at some point if I could get a crazy deal on them, but I think the Blu-rays from a
Blu-rays.
couple of years ago look great.
Well,
The
they're 4K scans, so
Yes.
The only ones I caved on were the Arrow releases for Jason
Mm.
Goes to Hell and the 2009 remake and Jason
I
X.
mean,
But the other-
Arrow I was were the bonus features new? I'm assuming there's something unique on there.
I believe so.
there's some new stuff on there. I think
Yeah.
Jason Goes to Hell is my favorite out of those three.
Mhm.
Arrow is kind of an exception to me where I'm like, even if I own a movie already, if Arrow has a release coming at this point, I'm like, I should at least look at that because they tend
Yeah.
to do. They have a Speak No Evil Blu-ray
Halloween.
out now that I have to pick up.
Yeah, I just haven't
Yeah.
watched it yet, but I
I
do
need to
have
check
it.
that out. I'm so glad that it has a like international Blu-ray release now. I've been waiting for that for ages.
Well, I will say this, then we'll pivot back to Friday the 13th. Arrow, please, they teased us like crazy
Yeah.
around Halloween with those trailers, and I honestly thought it was like, oh, October 31st, we're gonna get an
I thought
announcement.
that.
Like we're gonna at least get, maybe similar to Scream Factory, right? One through what was it, 5?
Yeah.
Because of rights. But
Yeah.
We
Can
got
you
blue balled.
imagine if one day, if we get that 1 through Ends box set? Which, by the way, I already purchased. I have 2 copies of Halloween Kills. I have the regular 4K, and then I have the Steelbook.
Mhm.
I have 3 copies of Ends, I think,
Okay.
because I bought the standard Steelbook, and then I also have 2 of that Steel Case trilogy releases they did.
You have 2 of them?
Yeah. I don't remember how. I think I ordered 2 because I was like, if one doesn't work from this website, then I'll at least get 2.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then they both arrived, and I thought I'd canceled one, and I was like, all right, I guess I have 2 of them now.
That's
So I already
hilarious.
have, like, I own multiple releases of every Halloween movie already. I'm sure you guys do as well.
Yeah.
I would still, I would upgrade to that box
Oh,
set
the
in
Arrow
a
ones for
fucking
sure.
Oh, dude, I try to get all the releases, so there. It's just if it's out there, I'm gonna try and get it.
Yeah.
So back to Friday the 13th. My favorite Friday the 13th movie is New Blood and Jason Lives.
Ooh.
I love seeing the New Blood Love. That movie's awesome.
Yeah.
That's another one I wish we could see uncut.
Hey,
That's the one that hurts the most.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
The
Absolutely.
stuff that we lost in that. Anyway, part 2. We're on part 2. I don't want to
Yeah.
discuss but we lost some
Wrong
shit with
movie.
Part 2, the introduction of finally we were getting Jason, Sackhead Jason, which just the idea of the sack and the one eye,
So creepy.
I think it's creepier than the hockey mask, to be
I
honest
agree.
with you. And he's brutal in this one.
This is my favorite Friday the 13th.
Is it really?
Mm.
Okay. I think this is the final girl too. I forget her name.
Jenny?
Amy Steele's character.
Yeah,
Jenny? Why am I thinking Jenny? Is that right? That doesn't sound right.
I don't remember.
Jenny, right?
But
Am I right?
I don't know. Someone could look.
Okay.
But as far as final girls, she's got to be the most. I hate to use smartest. Just the way that how she can just quickly
She's
think
so
to
badass.
throw on
Ginny.
the sweater. Yeah, to throw on Pamela Voorhees' sweater, fix her hair, and to try and trick Jason.
That's
To
dope.
think on a dime like that while you're in a room filled with all of your friends that just got slaughtered.
Mhm.
Like, come on, she's a great final girl.
She's probably my favorite out of the entire series. And
I would agree with that.
yeah, she you even get the foreshadowing when they're at the bar and they're talking about it. She's looking at it. I mean, they're looking at it like more just at face value or just not having a lot of belief that Jason's actually out there. And she's basically breaking down everything psychologically, trying to
Yeah.
get inside the mind of a killer.
Mhm.
She's not your
Um,
typical final girl either.
No.
No.
She's
No,
got
not
more
at
of an
all.
edge to her than you usually expect, and it's nice to see that.
Yeah. Also with the kills too, I think the different kills that Jason does in this one,
Mhm.
I think are all great. One that still kind of makes me laugh to this day is the guy in the wheelchair. How
That's
he
my
can
favorite.
somehow roll
Yeah.
down all those steps and not fall and
Yeah.
still stay seated. Cracks me up.
He was
I remember
composed.
when I was a kid, I found on YouTube like a compilation of like Friday the 13th kills, and it was like very taboo. I was like, oh, my parents don't find me watching this. And I was watching that compilation, and I remember seeing that kill scared the shit out of me.
Oh yeah,
When I saw that oh yeah, dude, it upset me so badly.
the movie's
and that-
just it's so rich in atmosphere. and
Yeah.
it's
Yes.
creepy. It nails the camp tone
Oh,
to a
totally.
T.
for sure. When
The
he
characters is one of the best cast of characters too. They're
Yes.
so much fun to be around.
Yeah.
Like that guy in the wheelchair and the dynamic that he has with the girl that he's into is
With,
so much
Vicky.
fun. Yeah, Vicky.
dude, I crack up how forward she is, and she's like,
It's
look, she
great.
knows what she wants, and she's gonna go get it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? and
Yeah.
he's just along for the ride. Yeah. I always liked the guy at the beginning, and he's the one who wore the mask to scare everyone at the
Mm.
campfire, and is the one who tricked his friend to towing his truck.
Oh yeah.
He's a great character. I love all the
He's
characters.
fun. Yep.
What did you guys think about the opening with Alice? Did you guys like how they kind of segued from, obviously she survives the events of the first one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I
I
mean
thought
that
it was interesting.
it's a cool segue, but it's also like really interesting because they're kind of pulling from like what happened with her after
Yeah.
Friday the 13th came out, where she was like getting stalked by people
Oh yeah, yep.
because of the popularity of that movie. So like you kind of get that in the opening of this one, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like a cool, almost meta sort of deal.
I always laugh when after everything happens with Alice and he just politely takes the kettle off the
Yeah.
hot like
Yeah.
stovetop. I was like, well, at
He's a
least
gentleman.
yeah, Jason's got manners.
Yeah.
But I think that introduction into the title card is so cool.
Mhm.
Opening the fridge and you see the head there. It's great.
Yeah, totally.
Man, I love. Yeah, they're great. Here we go. Tommy Jarvis is my final guy.
It's a shame that box set is about to be dead, or is it dead already? I don't know.
Yeah, who knows at this point. Groove can. I don't know. I've seen restocks here and there, but
Oh, okay.
mhm.
It's probably the best horror box set
Of all
that I
time.
own.
I would say it's like a top 5 of all, at least like in my collection, probably top 5 of all time.
Yep. The Evil Dead Groovy collection is super sick as well. I would
I'm
say
still
those two are my favorites.
Still kicking myself that I don't have that. I think that
great.
box set is so cool.
It's so nice.
Can't stand Alice. She is whiny and loud. You know what's funny is I was going to bring that up too about Alice, is when she's in the hospital and they're talking to her and she's like, the boy,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
looking
And he's still there.
yeah, the doe eyes at the at the surgeon. You know what I mean? It's that one was a little. I was like, okay, come on, Alice. You just why are you like so in you? You just almost were killed.
Well, I mean, Ginny puts Alice to shame just on the soul. Not even for anything else. We don't have to watch Ginny make coffee for 45 minutes, and that makes her win in my book in general.
Damn, man. I don't know. It's definitely, I think for the first one, it's very different in pace, I would say, compared to anything that comes after. It's probably, I think, the most rich in atmosphere, and it takes its time, but there's like those quiet moments that I think on rewatch that over time I've really grown to appreciate those.
For sure. The characters, and I know we already kind of talked, but I just want to bring that back up. I think these are my favorite set of characters.
Mm-hmm.
They have the camaraderie they have with each other. It just feels organic, feels just perfect.
Oh, the campfire scene. I don't know. There's something about that that's just it's like the chef's
I do
kiss.
think like it's interesting because to me part 4 is like the quintessential slasher movie kind of.
Oh yeah.
But like it's my favorites are it's either part 2 or part 4.
Yeah,
for
you
sure.
gotta love Crispin Glover.
Yeah.
Dude.
I
don't know. I like part 3. I think I always forget the actor's name who portrays Jason in part 3. I know a lot of people like Kane Hodder, but man, I think he's my favorite.
He's great. He has such a good build. Like he has a really creepy look to him.
Got this kind of linebacker hunch, like just animalistic, primal nature about him. Yeah.
Plus, like I remember, again, like a lot of my Friday the 13th like memories, and the reason I like the franchise because of when I saw them as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But like when Jason is in the window at the end of part 3,
dude, it's so creepy.
That scared the shit out of me. It's like this weird, like dreamy feeling scene right at the end of the movie.
It just adds another gross, crazy layer to Jason.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah, man, this movie. I don't know. Do you prefer Sackhead Jason over the hockey mask?
I think he's scarier. He's definitely a creepier looking killer to me. Like it Friday the 13th Jason with the mask feels like a slasher movie icon, whereas this Jason feels like a creepy killer that lives in a shack in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, it's a very different feel. And I do think that this is probably the scariest at least looking Jason
Yeah.
that we have.
Yeah, I think so too. The sack, like I said, with the one eye, it just something about it. And then you get the great reveal, of course, at the end of what he looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, do you guys think that spear through the bed scene was a straight ripoff, or do you think he took inspiration from it or not? From what was it, Bay of Blood?
Yeah, I
I think
mean,
it's pretty spot on to Bay of Blood. So
yeah, we're stretching the definition of an homage to a degree,
Right.
but I don't know. It's after this long, it's like whatever, man. It's fine. It's still cool.
Yeah. Yeah. This Jason, though, man, he just, I said he's brutal in that he kind of displays his kills for the people to find.
Mhm.
Right. The whole scene where she goes up to find the couple and after he spears them and the way he has them set up, it's just,
He's
it's
channeling his inner Michael Myers.
Yeah.
right. Yeah. From 78 for
Yeah.
sure. For sure. Well, that's Friday the 13th part 2. Um, I like it better than the first. I think the first, I
Yeah.
respect the first. I think Pamela Voorhees, that character is great. Um, she's creepy. The actress, man, she was phenomenal. In that
Oh
role.
yeah.
But
And she hated it, but
that's what I
but
think
she
it's
was
funny.
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, 2, I think is just, I think, and it's kind of obvious what I'm going to say, but it definitely set the tone and the standard for the rest of the Friday the 13th kind of going forward. Now,
Yeah.
they fell off there a little bit, but at least up to 4, maybe 5,
That stretch is
it,
great.
it kept that. That's what they all followed after that was Friday the 13th part 2
Mhm.
for sure.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Man, well, there it is, guys. Friday the 13th part 2. It's not my favorite in the franchise, but it's definitely maybe my second or third for sure.
Which one's your favorite?
3. I love 3.
Oh yeah, you just said that, right?
Yeah, 3's the best.
Yeah.
4 I think is incredible. It probably goes 3, 4, 2. 2 and 4 can switch from time, but 3's always been my favorite. Ever since I was a kid, I just specifically remember the little javelin spear scene.
Mhm.
I thought that was the coolest thing as a kid watching.
Yeah.
It. So that always stuck out to me. And the Jason, I think, is the best built looking Jason.
Sure.
Cool. Well, guys, this next one. This one here for me was a first time watch for me very recently. And I think, Evan, you said it was for you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I think this is our only no, it's not. But anyways, this movie, it's just I feel like it has a lot to say, or you could take a lot out of it. I think every watch you can find something in it that you didn't notice or you have a different take on it than before. It's stress inducing. It's sometimes hard to follow and doesn't make a lot of sense, but you still feel uneasy. And this film came out in May 27th of 81, Possession.
I have the second sight on pre-order.
Same.
Me too.
Yeah,
I do too.
That's gonna be nice.
Wow. I don't know really what to say about this movie. I
Yeah.
mean, this is just so off the wall. I love Sam Neill. Let's just start with that. Sam Neill is incredible. I think
Oh yeah.
such a great actor. But this, can we talk about what's his wife's name in the movie?
Isabella Johnny.
Isabella Johnny. Yeah, the guy that she's cheating on him with. What in the world? His like when he breaks down and just kind of loses it with his hands and doing weird stuff as he's talking to Sam
on the
Neill
stairwell.
Yeah. I mean, look, I tried to watch. So this is the Umbrella release, and in here, I gotta be careful. I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
There's a video essay in here, and I feel like watching it. I'm like, look, I get what you're saying, but I still don't see that. Like this feels like there's 20 different things going on at one time in this movie. I don't know. What do you guys think about it?
I think it rewards repeat viewings
Mm-hmm.
and leaves the interpretation pretty open with how you, I guess, view what's going on in the movie and the lasting thoughts that you have on it even after the movie's over. This film definitely has a lot to say, and I think it's interesting because everyone's viewpoint, I'm sure, on this one is probably a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this was a first time watch for me, which I finished about 20 minutes before coming on here. So I'm very fresh off my first watch of this film, and it's one that I've been wanting to see for a while. Like after I talked about The First Omen on my channel, people were like, "Well, you got to see Possession," because they were
Hmm.
super inspired by that. And then when I did my video on Nosferatu the Vampire, which has Isabella Johnny as well, people were like, "Please watch Possession." I'm like, "All right, I'll watch it." I don't know what I was expecting, but it sure as hell wasn't that. But I can say I absolutely loved this movie. This is so up my alley.
I
I
thought it would be.
Yeah, I was saying to Jordan before we went live that like it's almost an expressionist movie, not
Hmm.
in the way
Mhm.
that like Cabinet of Dr. Caligari is, where like the environments are like crazy or anything, but in terms of what this movie was doing, which like as I was watching, I'm like, all right, this director clearly went through a divorce recently
Yeah.
and is just trying to express that. And then I looked it up. I'm like, all right, yeah, no, he did go through a divorce and made this movie because of that. And it literally, like, I wasn't expecting this to be as visceral as it is.
Hmm.
Like, even before any of the real horror elements come into the film, and you're just dealing with the initial onset of this divorce,
Mhm.
it is so goddamn stressful.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
I was just sitting there like, oh my, like I can't, there's no breaks. There's absolutely no, when you get like halfway through the movie and you do get some slower scenes, that it was like, oh Jesus, thank God we can take a breath for a second here.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, this was super, I loved this movie. I thought this was just great. I love movies that will take, like say an experience like divorce and not worry about portraying like a grounded experience of that,
Mhm.
but instead just trying to like express the emotion of that, where everything is gray and empty and like bigger than it's supposed to be. The environments feel like larger than they should be for what's in them, which makes it feel very empty. And then everything is just shrieking and loud and awful and heightened. And, you know, I mean, you get, there's so much like thematic stuff to chew on. I can come
Mhm.
back around. I don't want to speak the whole time. I'll let
No,
you
no.
guys.
You're good. When you had talked about how you can clearly tell that the director was clearly going through some stuff in this movie, and when you said that, I thought of Von Trier's The Antichrist,
Mm,
Mm,
yeah, that's a
where he is
good
clearly
example.
going through, and he talks about going through a very deep depression, and it shows in this movie. And it's one of those kind of a surreal movie where there's a lot of those just out there stuff. And it's very similar with this, where you go from what I thought when I first was watching, I thought, okay, she is going to be possessed, like it's going to be a straight possess, like the movie
That's what I
said.
thought.
I thought it was
which
going to be
is
a
almost
demonic,
not even a possession movie.
right? I thought it was going to be a straight demonic possession movie, and the whole breakdown scene in the hallway subway scene, I thought it was like, okay, the possession's coming. Here we go. It
Yeah.
doesn't happen. I mean, she literally has a moment there at the end. I don't want to say too
Holy
much on YouTube. I
shit.
don't get in trouble, but dude, it's in that scene. Props to her
Hmm.
for that scene. I mean, she she had to have had a headache after performing that scene.
I was thinking like this whole role, every scene with her, I'm like, God, she must have been exhausted.
Yeah.
Sam Neill too. The
Oh,
two of
for
them
sure.
must have just been like wiped after every day of filming
The
this.
amount of physicality that role takes,
Yeah.
it's crazy. And then it turns into a Lovecraftian body horror film
Yeah.
with that creature. Like I don't know.
Do you want to? I have an idea of what the point of that was. To me, what it seemed like was going on was that obviously, like with this movie being very much about a divorce,
Mhm.
You have him. I mean, it's also from it's from the perspective of Sam Neill's character.
Right.
So we have him who he's been cheated on, and he starts basically like seeing the people who she's sleeping with as like manifesting as like a literal disgusting monster.
Hmm.
The
Mhm.
guy that we actually have as like the human being of who she cheated on him with is kind of like the worst dude to have your wife cheat on you with,
Oh,
who's
yeah.
like this zen meditating fuck machine who just like that's as bad as it can possibly get.
Yeah.
But then we have this thing that's like a manifestation of like these disgusting things that are hooking up with her, and that's how he's seeing this. Uh, and then through it, with it turning in, are we talking spoilers? How spoilery can we get?
Look, this film came out in 1981.
Okay, with it turning
That's all I'm saying.
into like a clone of him by the end of the movie, where
Yeah.
it was like, okay, so clearly she was like leaving and trying to find something because he wasn't there, and was trying to convince herself that she needed something that wasn't him. But
Hmm.
then at the end of it, she was basically just trying to create a him that was actually there. And she
Mm.
realizes at the end there that she did want him the whole time. And that's why they kind of have that moment right at the end where they're kissing on the stairs. And then you have the teacher, who is also played by Isabella Johnny,
Yeah.
who like obviously looks the same, but has like green eyes and is kind of like a softer, nicer version where
Kind of how he sees.
he's also looking for like someone new, but in his head he just wants his wife. So he's seeing this person that he's going for as just like basically a softer version of the woman that he already wanted. And then by the end, with the kid in the bathtub, that's him. Like, it's the response to like a child having gone through parents divorcing and probably getting paranoid about them getting into like another relationship after that, because they're like, I don't want to go through this again.
Hmm.
So we have these like clone versions of them, and he's like, I'm not going through this again. See ya. But I don't know. There's a lot of that sort of thing. There's just so much to chew on in
Jeez.
this movie.
You
Yeah.
just make me want to watch it again because, well, now that you said that, I'm like, okay, that was obvious. Like I should have seen that, but I see what you're saying. And could you see this film? Because you mentioned how he sees these creatures and that she's sleeping with, and
Yeah,
maybe the whole film is in a way told through Sam Neill's eyes, or he is
that's
telling through their
absolutely how I
story.
took
It's
it.
yeah, I could see that for sure.
Yeah, and then like she miscarries in the
Yeah,
subway
yeah,
with what becomes this thing. So it's
Hmm.
kind of like him picturing in his head like his wife being impregnated by one of these people that's cheating on him, and it like turns into this horrible, disgusting thing.
that was
But
that
then,
thing sitting in the corner, right?
yeah, which like the first time you go into the bathroom, I was like, "Whoa, where the fuck are we going with this movie?"
Hmm.
Um, but the one thing that I want to go back and revisit this for is the Sister Faith and Sister Chance. I don't know what they were going for with that, but I definitely want to go through and rewatch the movie and try to piece that together a little more.
I feel a video coming from you, Evan.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is one of those ones where like as soon as I watched it, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do a video on this.
Steven, what do you think about this movie?
I mean, I think the overarching theme is definitely, their depiction of with the director, obviously is going through the divorce and everything like that. It's obviously very much surreal, kind of a skewed view on obviously what's going on with it. But I think what's so fascinating is um just how it's presented. I mean, there's a lot of, I mean, you could take away, you have obviously like the relationship that the marriage is essentially like dissolving, but you throw into the mix like body horror, and then almost like I was telling you guys, like with Jordan at least, the Lovecraftian influence that it has in certain aspects. I think that it's a movie that, kind of like what you guys were saying, when I went into this, I thought it was just going to be more of like a straightforward possession type film, and it's not really that at all. I just think it's such a fascinating movie, and I remember for the longest time this was a very difficult movie to try, at least for me, to try and track down. And It's one that I'm more than eager to check out again.
It's hard to get through, man. This is
Mhm.
one of those movies where it kind of feels like a precursor to stuff like Hereditary that we got, where it's just like exhausting to watch.
Hmm.
But I also
Yeah.
want to know, did you think that Hellraiser may have been inspired by this? Because
I
I
could,
kept seeing this like rotten creature that was manifesting as this forbidden lover that this woman kept killing for in her apartment. I'm like, bro, this is Hellraiser.
I could that yes, I can see.
yeah, I could see elements of it or a little bit of overlap.
Yeah.
Um yeah,
And
I was
Hellbound
just
Heart was
reading.
written only 5 years after this. So I was like, I feel like he may have seen Possession and got inspired by it.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of films you can see a lot of that obviously were inspired by Possession.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy because I wonder how this film was received when it first came out. Because I can't imagine it was received well.
No, probably not.
Well, I'm curious because now, I mean, it's obviously I would say most film cinephiles, if you want to use that word, see this movie as essential. I would think.
I agree. Having just watched it for the first time, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm curious about it. So I'm going to look it up right now. Um,
Isabella Johnny genuinely scared me during a couple scenes in this movie. Like, she's so freaky,
oh, when he gets home and the whole house is thrashed.
bro.
Yeah.
And you could tell she is clearly, just going through craziness in her head.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. How was it?
Also, I love the scene when he goes to fight the guy who his wife's cheating on him with, and the guy just beats the shit out of him with this like.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh gosh, he.
Truly the worst.
Yeah, that guy, man. And what's interesting to me, I thought was interesting. Not much on it, but anyways, is his mom is so just look. Yeah, I know he's a piece of shit, but
Yeah.
I'm always gonna side with him. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not a parent, but I feel like there's a certain point where you're like, yeah, I know.
Well, that's why he turned out like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And very creative of how Sam Neill decides to kill him in the bathroom.
Mm.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. Sam Neill's so this was maybe the best performance I've seen from him. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, this was brilliant. By the way, Omen 3, which is to me the most underrated Omen sequel,
Yeah, that's a
was
great
also
one.
a phenomenal performance from Sam Neill.
How about his monologue in that movie when he's looking at the
Dude.
the crucifix?
Dude. That shit blew my mind. I know most people like Omen 2 more. I think Omen 3 is way better
Yeah.
than the second movie.
I gotta go back and watch those. It's been a long time.
They're great. I love those movies.
Yeah. Do you have the Scream Factory
Sure do.
Omen
Oh yeah.
collection?
Yep.
Dude, go back and watch them, man. It's so good.
Maybe don't bother with the fourth one.
Yeah. The first
And-
Omen though, that
First Omen is probably my favorite sequel. It's either that or part 3.
okay. Yeah. No, I think I love Omen 3. Just that whole I'm a big fan of films when they involve religion,
Same.
and I think The Omen does it very, very well.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah, Possession was
it's
just batshit insane.
It's an experience.
it really is, and like Steven said, I can see it. I've only seen it once, but I can definitely see this as a film that rewards, like you said, repeat viewings. You're going to catch things you didn't catch before, and I think different seasons in your life or different mindsets, you can watch this and take different things out of it depending on what you personally are going through in your life.
Well, I would kind of, in some ways, not that it's as hard to watch as this, but I would liken it to Martyrs in a couple different ways, with how like
I can see
Martyrs was made as like a pure expression of the depression that Pascal Laugier was dealing with at the time that he made the movie.
Yeah.
And it's just like bleak and awful, and cranked up to 11. And this is like a similar thing. It's not as disturbing as Martyrs, but it's also not a light watch. Possession, it's what I knew within about 15 minutes. I'm like, all right, well, this is not a kind of movie that you just like chuck on when you want to chill and watch a horror movie.
No, you got to be.
This
You got
is
to. It's one of those you have to be in the right mind, like mood for, and
yeah,
kind of prepare. I feel like you kind of
totally.
got to prepare yourself. Okay, tonight I'm watching Possession. Amp
Yeah,
yourself up for it, kind of
Nice
movie.
it's
casual watch.
it's a rough
Not a
watch.
casual watch. Just not wanting
No,
to go to sleep, go to bed, put it on, and go to sleep.
no.
Definitely. Possession, man. It's this movie. It's
It
it's
makes
an
me so excited to
experience.
get the second site release and now to just dive into like every bonus feature on there because I want to know everything now.
Which version or where did you watch it?
I just watched it on Shutter.
Okay,
Nice.
because I was gonna say I'm really curious because I've heard I have obviously the Umbrella one. I can't say that I don't have the Mondo Vision one coming in like a week because I love this movie,
Mm,
the Blu-ray. But from what I've seen pictures online, it seems like this 4K from Umbrella, they really amped up the blue. It
okay.
and it and what I've seen with the other ones, like the Mondo Vision, the Blu-ray, to me it looks like it better. So I'm going to be I'm very curious to see second sights. Of course, they do
Uh,
incredible
I can say
stuff.
that whatever transfer they used for Shutter was not like super amped up on blue. Like it was cold, but it
Mhm.
wasn't like blue.
Okay.
I remember when they initially got that. What was it? Maybe like a couple years ago when they initially acquired it and had it on streaming. But I remember at the time it was a big deal because it felt like it's always been very challenging to try to
Mhm.
watch.
I think one cool thing about this too, it feels like a foreign film. Like you can tell this was made by a director who was kind of working outside of Hollywood,
Hmm. Oh, for sure.
where it really has that. Is he? What was his nationality? The director,
Oh man, hold on.
because it feels like a German film.
Sec.
I don't know.
Polish.
Okay, that makes sense.
Is he's Polish?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, Polish film director and writer.
Yep, that tracks.
Born in the Ukraine.
Very
It
interesting.
feels like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Possession. There it is, guys. All its craziness and surreal moments. Definitely a
Yeah.
makes you one of those films that makes you think for sure.
I do want to mention before we move on to the next one that the detail in the subway scene of the blood coming from her ears as well was like the cherry on the cake for me. I was like, all right, that's kind of what sells this whole thing
Mm-hmm.
is the fact that it's literally coming out of everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks awful and horrible and sounds terrible and
So I was
just
watching when I watched this movie. My wife was sitting with me, and she, thank God, fell asleep because I couldn't even imagine watching this movie and seeing what she think. But she was sacked out the whole time. In the subway scene, I was like, I, it was uncomfortable. I don't want to say uncomfortable. Maybe watching her, the physicality of that
totally.
performance and seeing that, but then also my wife's right here, and I was like, gosh, this is weird. Okay. And so we're gonna turn this down a little bit. And
Yeah.
it was just on edge the whole time, which you just have to give it to Isabella with her
She's
incredible
so good,
acting in that
man.
movie. Unhinged throughout the film, but
Mhm.
oh, it's great. Okay. Possession.
And she's playing
Um,
two characters.
yeah, yeah, that's true. Um, Well, and did she have a clone too? I'm trying to remember at the end.
No.
Okay, she didn't. Okay. I was gonna say then it's three, but no, okay. All right, guys. Well, moving on. It's funny. We're going from a very surreal, very just um it'll definitely affect you type of film to a very my opinion, a really fun movie.
Hmm.
I love this film. I think it's incredible. Um, but we're talking about An American Werewolf in London. Now, this one came out on August 21st. I want to talk about the soundtrack first.
I need to get that 4K.
It's so good, and there's
Yeah.
a feature length documentary on here that Arrow did.
Amazing.
I love that
It's
release.
it's so good. But this movie, man, I think this is my favorite werewolf film. Now,
I was gonna ask that. I was curious about what
or
everyone's was.
Werewolf or whatever is probably going to take the cake when that movie comes out.
Yeah.
But as far as of right now, and this probably will, as far as a classic, is going to always be my favorite. I do prefer this over The Howling. The Howling is great. So I think we're going to revisit. I think Steven, we kind of talked about this. We were going to maybe revisit, go back through the years with more
Mhm.
lesser known ones, or so we talked about this one this time around. When we revisit, we'll probably do The Howling. But the soundtrack one, I love the music they chose, the songs they chose. It's just the whole movie's a tongue in cheek movie to werewolves. Bad Moon Rising, Blue Moon, right? Um, and then the incredible transformation scene. What I think is great about this is you see a lot of these movies. They do tricks with the special effects where they kind of the camera angles are done in such a way or lighting in such a way where it doesn't give away too much.
Mm.
This one, they're like, nope, we're gonna put it in the brightest light living room, and we're just gonna do steady shots the whole time, and we're not gonna do it. And it, how well it turned out.
Incredible.
I mean, come on. And his friend Jack, I think,
Yeah,
is
that's a fun.
one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
I love Jack, and it cracks me up, as you can see him throughout the film, as he's slowly rotting away every time you see him up until
Yep.
the theater.
Yeah,
I
his
don't know.
degradation throughout is a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, I love this movie. What do you guys think?
It's an interesting one. It's not my favorite werewolf movie. I'll start by saying that.
Okay,
I do really like it. I'm not going to lean into like a tongue-in-cheek thing as much as I will a more straightforward
okay,
werewolf film. But I really enjoy this. It's a lot of fun, and what I think they do a good job of is like blending sort of the imagery that you would expect to see in a werewolf movie with something that is more like modernized, where like you're
Mhm.
still in the moors in England for like a good chunk of it, and it's like, yeah, this is where I would expect to see that kind of thing. We got a lot of traditional folklore about werewolves that comes from the
Sure.
moors, and it makes sense to see this here. Um, and it's just a lot of fun. I just think like for me the wolf, like the original Wolfman is my favorite werewolf movie. That's like
Okay.
it's like a
yeah,
fairy tale version of the story, and Lon Chaney Jr. gives one of my all-time favorite performances in it. But that for me is my favorite werewolf
yeah,
movie, but I still really enjoyed this movie. It's a
yeah.
blast. Um, as you said, his friend slowly rotting throughout and like coming to visit him is great. That little Mickey Mouse thing they do a lot of fun stuff with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean the soundtrack's amazing. You got like Bad Moon Rising that starts playing at one point. It's like this is perfect.
Mhm.
This fits so well.
Well, what I mean by tongue in cheek, like there's a scene where the nurse that he goes home goes home with, and his girlfriend, I guess, of the film,
Yeah.
just her little lines like, "Oh, I don't always bring strays home,"
Yeah.
little things like that. I
Yeah,
love.
it's fun.
Mhm.
It's a good time. Her ability to gauge red flags is about as far off as it can possibly be. That fucking Darwin Award goes to her for sure. But
Hey man,
yeah, no,
she's
it
just
was,
looking to have a little fun. That's all she
I
wanted, man.
guess, but every single time he'll be like sitting in the living room, he's like, "Yeah, my friend's in front of me right now, and I'm talking to him, and he's dead." And she's like, "Yeah, but don't you want to come to bed?" It's like, can
Hey,
maybe let's.
she was thirsty. What can
I
you say?
guess extremely. I don't know how down bad you need to be for that to just be something that you look past.
It was to her. It was a little fantasy romance with an
Yeah,
American.
Mm.
I loved, I loved when he's trying to get the cop to arrest him. He's
Oh,
like, "I killed those people. Fuck you. The queen is ugly," or something like that. It's like, this is, or no, he said Queen Elizabeth is a man or something like
yes,
that.
yeah.
It's
And he
like,
goes,
this is awesome.
I'm gonna take you in. He goes, that's what I want.
Yeah, it's great. It's a lot of fun. It's a hell of a lot of fun. And I mean, obviously, like I think probably the greatest werewolf transformation of all time. I don't know if it gets better than this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
What do you,
definitely up there.
what do you think, Steven?
I love this movie. I'm partial. I really like The Howling a little bit
Mm-hmm.
more, just for what I'm looking for in a werewolf movie. But you can't understate just how important this is, and I think that
Mm.
um, it's a milestone for not only horror but also just I think the werewolf subgenre
Mhm.
kind of
Mm-hmm.
set the bar. The cast is awesome, soundtrack's awesome, the effects are incredible. Um, what's not to love about this?
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm. It cracks me up in this movie. There's a lot this movie makes me laugh, but one of my favorite characters and moments is the doctor when the two nurses are sitting there and she's like, "I think he's Jewish. What do you
Yeah.
think that?" She goes, "I looked."
Yeah.
And so then the doctor comes in and the little sly remarks he gives the nurses, like, "You have other jobs in here. Get out of here."
Yeah.
Kind of thing. It just makes me laugh.
can I
Yeah. He was a
highlight
fun character.
can I highlight one scene that I remember the first time watching it and wondering what the absolute fuck is going on? The nightmare scene that they have with like the werewolf Nazis.
Oh
Oh my
my
god, that was so funny.
I I'm like, I don't. Is this supposed to be intentional? I don't really understand what's going on. I mean, now obviously it's just so ridiculous, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
on first watch, you're just it comes out of completely out of left field.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot, where he's with his family and they raid his house and
Yeah.
just yeah. Well, one of the coolest little scenes I like, and I think the look is incredible, and it's a split second, is when he's still in the hospital and he's having those nightmares, and then he kind of wakes up and it shows his face with the sharp teeth and that look
Mm,
he has. I don't know if you guys know which scene I'm talking about.
I think so. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, Gets me every time. I just don't expect it. But yeah, man, this movie, it's a fun one for me. I enjoy it. This is one I try to watch every year, personally. Um,
I'm still like for like vampire movies, like I have my vampire movies and I'm like these feel like my vampire movies. I don't aside from the Wolfman, like I don't have that for werewolves yet.
hmm.
There isn't one where I'm like this is what I need from a
Like
werewolf
the
movie.
definitive one.
Still
What
waiting for it.
What do you think of the Wolfman with Del Toro, Benicio del Toro?
Oh, I don't like that movie.
Really?
I think the first half is really good.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't know. It's way too heavy on the CGI, which sucks because they had great practical effects on set that they used and filmed
Mhm.
with, and then
They
just painted over with fucking CGI.
well, they locked him out of
I know.
that room.
I know.
Who?
Was it Rick Baker?
Yeah, I think
Yeah, the whole transformation scene, the one with Benicio del Toro,
so.
Okay.
the scene when they're they're doing the trial and he's telling them like, you guys got to get out of here.
Yeah.
You don't understand. I will kill you all, when he's starting to transform. And then it's just CGI heavy transformation. Well, the plan was Rick Baker was coming in and do a complete practical effects transformation, and they
Mhm.
locked him out of coming even in on set
Yeah.
because they decided they're going to do CGI only.
Well, the one thing I will say I very
So
much
strange.
appreciate about this, like, I love if you pause this movie, it can look very good in certain shots.
Hmm.
I don't like the camera work, which is why I say that. But like the sets, a lot of the time, the locations can look great. The lighting can be awesome, and I do really love that they did go with the original like Wolfman look instead of like doing a regular werewolf because it's like, yeah, this is the Wolfman though, and they still like recreated the look of the original one very well. But no, I mean there are things I like about this movie, but I'm not
Mhm.
much of a fan of it. And yes, I see Alexander mentioning werewolf in chat. I am well aware of werewolf.
Oh, yes.
Don't worry, I am following that quite closely.
I didn't
You're-
realize that it was all going to be in Middle English until we talked about that, and I was like, I don't think I've ever heard Middle English. I'm looking it up. I'm like, oh,
There's going to be
jeez.
subtitles.
Oh, for sure.
I guarantee it. I remember someone asking me, they're like, so is that going to mean it's harder to understand than The Witch? I'm like, significantly so, yes.
The Witch, you didn't need subtitles.
Yeah, no.
Wasn't required, I should say.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait. I think if anything is going to be that like werewolf movie for me, it's going to be this.
Yeah, the theater scene. One thing
Yeah.
about this movie that I cannot believe they're going there is he basically tells him, he's like, I need you to kill yourself.
Yeah.
Like
so
that's the
nonchalant.
only way for us to move on.
Yep.
So take your own life.
Yeah.
And every time he sees him, he's like, hey, have you done it yet? Nope.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. What I like about that I don't know about you guys, but like that kind of just sounds like how I banter with my friends anyway. So it was kind of fun to have like a playful banter that reminds me of how I mess around, but he's not joking.
No, no,
No,
not at all.
you could tell he still cares for him a lot, because there was that scene where the guy's like, "Oh, just drown him," and he goes,
He's like,
"No,
that would hurt. I don't want
that
you
would
to.
hurt.
Yeah.
He's my friend. I don't want him to suffer."
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Um,
Great
and-
movie.
yeah, and I
Undoubtedly.
think I love the tavern scene.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
The tavern scene in this and that whole setup is
It's great.
wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there it is. What do you think? Anything else you guys want to mention on An American Werewolf in London? Do you prefer this, American Werewolf in Paris?
No. I'm more of a Howling 2 kind of guy.
Oh gosh, hey, Christopher Lee's in that movie, so that's its redeeming quality.
I just want to know where he
You
got
know,
those sunglasses.
I gotta say, my buddy Alex from Beyond the Void Horror podcast has told me lots about the Howling sequels, but I've never seen them because it doesn't sound
you know,
like
Evan,
something I want to go down.
I think we should.
Okay,
There's-
so I am planning on reviewing the entire franchise next year. So I'm gonna do a video on all of the Howling movies.
Hey, Vinegar Syndrome has a really nice 4K of the Howling 2, so.
I'm just waiting for
joy.
for 3 onwards.
Oh gosh. Well, there's An American Werewolf in London. It's I think it's a great blend of horror and comedy.
Yep. The Howling is awesome. That was 1981 too, right?
Came out the same year, yeah.
Yeah, that was an awesome movie too. I really liked that one.
Another great transformation scene in that one.
Yeah,
Well,
totally.
Well, I was thinking you guys were talking about there's a lot of great transformation. There's a werewolf movie, and I can't remember, but it's where the werewolf kind of comes out of the guy's mouth. Like you see the muzzle start to come out of the mouth, and the head splits
I don't think
open,
I've seen that.
and it comes through. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Oof.
I
No.
can't remember the movie.
Trick or Treat has something kind of like that,
Oh,
which I
with
also
the
think is a
skin?
great werewolf transformation in that
Mhm.
movie.
Dude. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Another great score with that
totally.
incredible Marilyn Manson version of that song.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
Such
That transformation was awesome.
Yep. There's Waxworks has a vinyl that's coming out that I have
Oh, really?
ordered that I
Did you
no, we've-
did you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
see The Cursed or 8 for Silver, whatever the hell they released it as? Came out a couple of years ago. It's a werewolf movie.
Mm-mm.
Oh, you should check that out. That was The Cursed. It was originally called 8 for Silver, and then I don't know, the studio decided they knew better and changed the title to The Cursed, which is stupid as shit. But the movie is actually like quite good.
Yeah. Let's see here. Ginger Snaps will always be my favorite. Trick or Treat has the best werewolf transformation for me. It was gnarly, but also weirdly sexy. Well, you're.
I think that's the Trick or Treat one
Yeah.
for sure.
Silver Bolt's another good one.
Silver Bullet. That's such a good movie. I just can't get over the werewolf look.
Yeah,
I've actually never seen the movie. I have it on my shelf, and I'm waiting to watch it soon, but
Okay.
haven't gotten around to it yet.
It's great, Corey Haim, but the werewolf in there, he just looks goofy.
Okay.
yeah.
So prepare yourself for that.
Okay, that's fine.
Listen, I feel like anything's better than the Howling 3. When you've seen it, trust me, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Can't wait. You guys should get Alex on to talk about the Howling. I'm sure he'd love to do that.
Oh my god. Dude, it's a ride. It's not for the faint of heart, I'll tell you that much.
So I've heard.
Okay, sorry. Chris had texted us a little bit ago. I just saw it, so I was just responding to him. All right. Well, there is that. Moving on.
Oh, I can't
This
wait for
next
this
one. I have a
Probably
feeling
my favorite on this list.
I have a
Yeah.
feeling this is going to be a lot of people's favorite. This now, do you prefer? Well, I'll ask you guys in a bit that question. But this one, when did this come out? October 15th. Incredible. I love this movie. This is such a fun movie. The Evil Dead.
Yeah.
The original The Evil Dead. Sam Raimi's masterpiece. Bruce Campbell. I love him as Ash. What spawned an incredible series of movies into a TV show.
Yep.
I
I think this is the most consistent horror franchise ever made, by the way.
Oh, by far.
Where like it's just been hit after hit after
Yeah.
hit after hit. Like there's not a single one of these I don't like.
or even the remakes.
Yeah.
in the new, yeah, dude. I will say, the remake of this that Fede Alvarez did, to
Brilliant.
me, is maybe one of the best horror remakes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I I think just I love the different take on the character of why they go out to this cabin
It's
for
great.
her to just cleanse, basically. The it's gnarly. But this one, for me, when I first saw this, this is another one of those, it never stops. It doesn't give you a break in
No.
this
No.
movie. It's very unrelenting, but it's so low budget, feels kind of grindhousey, to where it feels like I just found this tape in a trash can and I'm gonna pop
Yeah.
it in, and it
Hmm.
feels like, man, someone did some illegal stuff to get this movie out, you know, to make this movie. That's how it
Yeah.
feels. And it was a very run and gun type of shot movie. But I mean, clearly it started. It's incredible. It started his career essentially. What do you guys think of this movie? What do you guys remember first time seeing it?
No, a lot of these I was too young to remember my first time seeing them, but
Yeah.
like it's one of those ones that like I've just been watching consistently since like I first got into horror because
Hmm.
it's you see Evil Dead for the first time and there is just, even like you can go to today, there's been nothing like this movie.
Mhm.
Even in within its own franchise, there's nothing like the first one. That's another thing that's super impressed about Evil Dead is no two of them feel the same.
No, not at all.
They're all fresh.
Oh yeah.
Um, I know a lot of people like to give that award to Scream. I say Evil Dead by a long shot. But I don't know. This has it's like scary, it's gross, it's funny. It has one of my favorite shots in horror with I can't remember her name, but when she's walking out into the woods with her white gown on and the moon is in the sky and it's like way bigger than it should be, but I'm like this
Mm.
is perfect. Um it's like actually really creepy like when she starts reading off his cards or
Oh,
reading off the
yeah,
cards from the other side of the room while looking at the window and then turns around. It's like, oh
yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
The
Mhm.
pencil in the Achilles tendon is
Oh
awful,
gosh.
just absolutely terrible. Um, and it's one of those things where like you finish it and you feel like you've been coated in blood
Yep.
by the end.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's definitely, to me, in a similar vein as Possession, when I say
Mm,
that, where you finish this movie and you feel like you ran a marathon.
I know what you
Hmm.
mean. Yeah.
It's kind of a sigh of,
If
man.
you're watching this and there are other people in the house, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck are you watching?"
Hmm.
Yeah,
You're gonna get people
Oh, yeah.
calling into the room.
it is constant. It
Yeah.
doesn't stop. The laughing, the screaming, and what the demonic spirit that possesses each of these his
Yeah.
friends, what they say to me
It's
is
so
just so
awful.
vile,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Vulgar.
but creative. I guess is the
Yeah.
best way to say it, right?
Totally.
Um, Steven, what do you talk to me about this movie, man?
This is probably one of my favorite horror movies.
Same.
Um,
Dude, it's up there for
It might be
sure.
my favorite horror franchise.
yeah,
I think it's
yeah,
just like
I put that probably. I mean, I know we were talking about Friday the 13th earlier. I would definitely say that's up there as well. But
mm,
this, as a whole, if you were to even just take the first three films, probably one of the most consistent horror trilogies. I know we were talking about the Gates of Hell trilogy as well, but this is up there. Um, I love this movie. I have a
Mhm.
kind of, yeah, going back to what Evan was talking about with My Bloody Valentine and having some sort of attachment to it. So Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell, they're from the area where I grew up. So
mm,
it's kind of it's a really special attachment that I have with these movies, just because, he obviously went on to do, Spider-Man and Darkman and, just a whole bunch of other iconic films. But this is the one that started it all. And
yeah.
I've been fortunate enough to be able to own this on VHS, Anchor Bay DVD. I've seen it at a drive-in before. I just saw it on 35
That's
millimeter.
perfect.
Yep, it on Halloween. I don't. I mean, I
I
don't know
know
how much.
I know the story, and that's why I'm laughing.
Yeah, it's. I swear it's special, but yeah, I mean, when I think Grindhouse, when I think low budget, when I think gore, this is the movie I
Yeah.
think of, and it just influenced so many other films that we've seen as time has gone on.
Well, and it's just super charming because
Mhm.
it's just a bunch of friends who went up to a cabin and were like, "We're just gonna make a fucking movie. We're
Yeah.
gonna throw some porridge at the wall and see if that freaks people out." And it did. It worked. But I don't know. It's just like it's super gory and insane and fucked up, but like it is sweet as well to watch and just think about them behind the scenes and also knowing that a lot of them were stoned while they were making it. Like this sounds like a great time.
Oh yeah.
They just
Yeah.
you know?
It's funny listening back to hearing Bruce Campbell talk about these movies being made and how he's like, look, because I was the actors who were gonna be in the remake Evil Dead from what 2013,
2013, yeah.
2013. They had talked to him, and Bruce Campbell was, obviously he was very involved. He loves, the horror community and stuff. But he was talking to them. He's like, look, be prepared to be constantly uncomfortable, constantly freezing, probably in pain, and always just feel dirty.
Oh
But
yeah.
the result is going to be incredible.
Yeah.
And I would love to be be a fly on the wall during the filming of this and the Evil Dead 2.
Oh yeah.
Mm,
Because I would laugh because look, at the time they didn't have all of the crazy the I don't say crazy, but all the rules they had to abide by,
yeah.
laws, you can't work past so many hours. You got to have medics on staff at all times. Like they just had, hey, we need to get this to happen, or you need to jump off this roof.
Yep.
Well, you're doing it. We don't have stunt guys, so jump
Mhm.
off the roof. Stuff like that. I would love to be able to watch that.
Do you want my smoldering hot Evil Dead 2 take?
Hmm.
It's my least favorite of the franchise.
That surprises me. That is crazy.
What's
Now
your
again, as I said, I love this, like it's maybe my favorite horror franchise, so there's
Mhm.
none of these I don't like. But in this list, Evil Dead 2 is my least favorite consistently.
It's so interesting.
Yeah, Evil Dead 2. What I like about that is it was basically Sam Raimi like, look, hey, let me redo the first one.
Yeah.
Essentially is what it is, but it's just that you want to talk about going just absolute nuts off the wall. Evil Dead 2
Hmm.
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, right from when the deer head animates, like, and I always crack up. I know we're talking about Evil Dead 1, but since you brought it up, or maybe I did. But anyways, when he's beating himself up, his fighting with his own hand,
Yeah.
I think that whole scene is just it's wonderful. It's very slapstick comedy. I think it's great.
It's like a live action cartoon, basically.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
like an old Looney Tunes,
Very Jim Carrey as
the
well.
Jim
Yeah.
Carrey, yeah,
Yeah.
type of comedy for sure.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, this movie, man, and clearly it did well because we got like the remakes, which I think the remake is great.
Do you like
Um,
Rise?
I do like Rise. I like the setting in the apartment where it
Mhm.
just feels so. That movie alone feels so claustrophobic to me.
Reminds me
Yeah.
of Demons too.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm mentioning Alex again actually. We were talking about Evil Dead like a long time ago now. This was when Evil Dead Burn was first announced.
Mm.
And we knew nothing about it. And he gave this theory that I loved so much that like it entered my head canon. I'm like, yeah, that's what it is. So then when they started showing like a behind the scenes thing of it, I'm like, wait, but that's I'm like, oh yeah, because that wasn't real. But Alex was like, what if it was like a giant forest fire and you're watching like the firefighters in the area dealing with a deadite invasion in the middle of a huge forest fire. I'm like, that's the coolest thing I've ever heard. I want that to be the Evil Dead movie. But that's not what it is, but that would be super cool.
Watch there. You know what? I'd like to see them go back to the medieval times again. I want them to
Sure.
tap into
Oh
that a
man.
little
Why not?
bit. Hey, he
Why
might,
not?
he might. But speaking of Rise, I think it's so cool with a record player. I thought that was awesome.
That was great.
Oh, one thing I wanted to highlight. It's a little bit more subtle compared to like some of the other soundtracks because I think it's a little bit kind of different tone to it. It's got more like kind of classical feel to it. But Joseph
Mhm.
LaDuca's score for this film is excellent.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The score, like the music when they're first driving up to the cabin, every time I turn this movie on, I'm just like, oh yeah, this
Yeah.
is
It's like what
this
you're
is what
talking
I
about.
need to be
It's
watching.
this for me is a comfort movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Was it this one or the second one where the end credit scenes is that kind of upbeat band kind of? Do you remember what I'm talking
I
about?
think it was the second one.
Was it the second one? I couldn't
I think
remember.
so.
Okay, kind of like the
It's
old
been a
old
minute, so I
school,
could be
like,
wrong.
30s type of music. Yeah, yeah. This movie, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy this one. It's a marathon to get through, but
Yeah,
it's a must watch, of
Oh
course.
yeah.
totally.
Well, guys, anything else you want to talk about with the Evil Dead before we move on?
No,
I don't think so.
I love this movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's about it. I can't reiterate how much I love this. I think of all the movies we're talking about, Evil Dead is my favorite.
yeah. I enjoy this one a lot. I prefer two, but I
Most people do.
yeah.
The only person I found that I aligned with was Cody Leach. He was the
Okay,
other guy. When I was chatting with him, I'm like, we have the same hot take about Evil Dead.
that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's move on to my favorite horror franchise of all time.
It was either this or Evil Dead.
Yeah, this movie I think is this to me is the perfect double feature. This and the original,
Mhm.
but Halloween 2.
Mm.
I this movie. Now, a lot of people I don't like it is for the whole brother and sister aspect, obviously. Which I part of me doesn't like it, but part of me doesn't mind it. Just depends on my mood, I guess. What I will say, and I do kind of like about this one, is I like films where you feel isolated, you feel trapped.
Oh yeah.
This is one of them. Stuck in the hospital, obviously. The
Totally.
first time watching this, I don't remember. It's been so long. But what I like about this is it picks up right where one ends,
Hmm.
right? And kind of it's really interesting to see the aftermath that Haddonfield, how they react to this one night of all these kills.
Yeah.
And it does a really great job at showing, I guess that mob mentality a little bit of they see someone wearing the mask and that's them, and they go after him, like the guy who gets completely, wrecked and the car explodes.
Yeah.
And it cracks
And
me up. He's
Kramer.
just like, all right, let's move on.
It's an easy mix up.
Yeah, it happens. Oh well,
It's
Yeah.
quite the explosion too.
It is.
yeah,
It's like it's bad enough this guy just got crushed. Let's
yeah.
make it worse. Catch on fire.
I don't know. What do you guys think of this movie?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, Steven, you go first. I've gone first on a couple of these.
Oh, you're
You go
good.
ahead.
Like it does make the perfect double feature. If you're watching these side by side, I feel like it's almost essential to watch them as one whole experience, really. I love the different take on the score for this. It's more like sinister, creepier. I agree with what you were saying earlier, Jordan, is the setting. I mean, I, I think it would be tough to try and go back and replicate the exact same setting that they had from the first one. So why not switch it up, make it feel isolated, within a place that we're supposed to feel safe. None other than the hospital. Um, Rick Rosenthal, I felt like did a phenomenal job still carrying that same feel that the first one had. And I feel like that this was really the only film after this, as far as like out of the franchise, I felt like had nailed the tone
Yeah.
to the original.
Mhm.
I think Halloween 3 kind of in its own way feels like an extension of that, but not to the same extent that Halloween 2 is. I can agree with anyone who says that they're not a big fan of like the brother sister connection. It's almost like it's an afterthought for me. I don't really get too focused on that or the continuity when it comes to that part of it. But as a horror sequel, I think it's got to be a top 5 horror sequel in
Yeah,
my mind.
I think Rick Rosenthal did good. However, though, John Carpenter did have to come in.
He was babying him through the whole movie.
You know, so and John Carpenter didn't even want to do it, and he was kind of contractually obligated to. But still, I know I agree. Rick Rosenthal, he did for. I'm curious to see. I would love to see a Rick Rosenthal cut only.
Oof.
I'd be really curious about that.
Go and watch Halloween Resurrection.
And I was going to bring that up.
Boy.
That dumpster fire of a movie. And that's what I was going to say, because you were saying he did such a good job with this. And I said, right. But he
I think that's
also
'cause of
did
Carpenter.
Halloween Resurrection
Yeah.
and Bad Boys. But anyways.
Well, there you go.
Um,
Yeah, so I'm with you. Like I was saying, like it's either Evil Dead or Halloween is my favorite horror franchise. I'm a huge Halloween nut, always have been. I do have mixed feelings about Halloween 2. I think it's fantastic. Like tonally, it's definitely the closest to the first movie, but there's a lot that for me, like as in terms of a double feature, I have a bit of an issue because the original Halloween has what's maybe my favorite ending to any horror movie ever. The last 3 minutes of Halloween to me are literally perfect, and my ideal Halloween timeline stops there. It's a contained movie that just ends with Loomis looking out into the night and all those still shots of places that we've seen
6
now.
times.
It's
Yeah.
it's perfect. And I don't know, there's a couple, like there's some nitpicks that I have with 2. I'm not a fan of the sibling thing, but like you don't really even have to think about that while watching Halloween 2. It's not something that's like overly prevalent. It was an afterthought for Carpenter, and it's an afterthought in the movie. You don't need to think about it much, so you can look past that.
He was probably drunk when he was drunk when he was writing the script. So
I don't like what it did to where the franchise went, because every sequel just focused on the family thing for like a very long time, and that's unfortunate. And then the other issue that I have is I know a lot of people really love Dick Warlock as Michael. I don't. I think he feels too robotic and cold. He feels like a robot, whereas Michael in the first movie felt like a cat, kind of. And I don't think anyone got that until James Jude Courtney.
I was going to say, he I don't know what he did. Did a ritualistic something to embody him, because if anyone replicated Nick Castle, it was James Jude Courtney.
Absolutely. And Aaron Armstrong, by the way, in the Kills flashback also did a brilliant job with that. But yeah, so I don't love how Michael is handled in this movie. His screen presence is fantastic, though. The way they shoot him is phenomenal. But the performance from Dick Warlock is too stiff for my taste.
Okay.
But tonally, this movie's awesome. The soundtrack having this like kind of dark gothic flair to it coming off the first movie is super cool. And you get lots more of like Loomis being crazy, which is always a good time. You get to look at Jamie Lee Curtis's terrible wig.
Oh yeah.
And that's super entertaining. You can't not enjoy that. And it's got some gnarly kills. They definitely ramped up the kills in this one to a further degree. It's kind of a weird situation because like Halloween came out, and then Friday the 13th, as the creators have said, was made to rip off Halloween. And then because of Friday the 13th being gory, John Carpenter was like, well, now we have to make Halloween gory. So it's, kind of a weird situation there.
Yeah.
But it's a great sequel. I am conflicted on it, but it is awesome.
One of the things too is I don't hear a lot of people say is John Carpenter. He obviously it's well documented, books and everything, that he wanted Halloween, if he was going to continue it, to be each a story that takes place on Halloween, but none of them are
anthology. Yeah,
I would love that.
And he did a nod to it in this one with the kid who shows up at the hospital.
Yes,
with the razor blade in the apple. And I always thought that was a great nod.
This movie has one of to me, the funniest, like, well, that's convenient things that you'll ever find, where Michael walks past a kid with a boombox saying where Laurie Strode has been brought, saying that she's been brought to Haddonfield Memorial. And then 2 steps away, there's a sign pointing to where Haddonfield Memorial is.
I thought about that.
Like, this is the greatest. This is the funniest, like, so convenient thing I've ever seen in a movie.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, dude, kills or not Halloween kills, but the kills in this one,
Oh,
I think are great. I think one of the it's very simple, but it's just so it's why would you ever do that? Is when he sticks the IV in the vein and just lets the blood go.
Yeah. That bright crimson red blood.
Yeah, it's that one. It's a very twisted way to kill somebody.
Totally. That's really
Oh.
fucked up.
Yeah,
what
right?
about the needle in the doctor's eye?
That's the other one I was thinking of.
Oh.
The hot tub one always bothered me the most when I was younger.
Getting boiled alive,
Seeing
but
the
also drowning.
Yeah, it sounds pretty awful. I don't know, because like, you know, we've established I'm Canadian. I don't do well in the heat, especially in Nova Scotia. It's fucking cold here all the time. So, it's like, I gotta shower warm. I can't go hot. So the thought of like being killed in hot water
That'd be terrifying.
drives me insane. I mean, it would
Mhm.
suck no matter what, no matter your
Drowning in
predisposition
general.
towards that. It's not a fun experience, but I don't know. Automatic. Once it got to like normal hot tub temperatures, I'd be like, all right, can we fucking just hit my head against a wall or something? I don't want to do this part.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing
Also,
that
it's hilarious that like her towel is around her chest for one shot, but then when they're pulling her up, it's down by her waist now because they're like, well, we need titties, so screw continuity.
Yeah.
hey, you know what? Yep. And you mentioned that about continuity and stuff. In the 80s, continuity was out the window.
Oh yeah,
People were
I'm
doing
not.
what
I'm
they
not talking
wanted.
trash. I'm just.
No.
It's
I
funny.
know. It's funny to me. Every movie seems, especially in the 80s, everyone was doing drugs, so they didn't care. They
Totally.
were just gonna do whatever they wanted to make for the film.
Yeah.
One thing I find interesting is the hospital is empty, and I think that's a
Yes.
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of people's issue. Is where's the hospital staff? I mean, you've got what 5, 6 people, and
Yeah.
running this whole hospital at one time.
It's the kind of thing that's never really bothered me. I'm like, I don't care. It looks cool.
Yeah.
It
I think
adds
it's
to
more
the
for
ambiance,
aesthetic.
especially with Michael walking down an empty hallway after Lori while she's like half
Yeah.
drugged up, trying to crawl away.
There's also no trick or treaters on the street in the original Halloween a lot of the time. So, you know,
No, there isn't.
That is true. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't think about that either. I mean, there's some, but
yeah, but during the day for the most part.
yeah, they kind of corrected that though in Halloween Ends. That Michael goes trick or treating, which is one of the
In
greatest.
Ends?
Was
That's
that
2018,
No,
right?
20. Did I say Ends? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I meant
That's one of the best
2018.
scenes of the whole franchise,
Dude.
easily.
The one shot take of
It's
him
perfect.
walking around,
It's
and
nice.
then I love the scene. I know we're going off track, but when he goes up to that house and he looks in the window and you can see the reflection, but it
perfect.
stays there and you could see him walk and then end up
Yep.
in the house. Oh, it's great.
hmm
I gotta go back and watch those. It's been
And the
been a while.
reflection of the house across the street kind of looks like the Myers home too,
Mhm.
which is sick. I've seen those movies way too many times. I did like hour-long video essays
Yeah.
on all 3 of those.
Well, I got to thank Evan for talking me into getting this.
Oh, I
Sacred
didn't have to
Bones
do
that-
anything. I
No,
posted that I'd gotten it, and you texted me and were like, "Oh, that looks cool." I'm like, "Yeah, it's awesome." And you're like, "Okay,
Evan,
I'm
that
buying
sounds
it."
about right.
I didn't talk you into shit. Although, let me
yeah,
grab
you
this.
you
continue.
did because you did say, oh god, he
Wait.
did say for the people listening that there's unreleased tracks, and I was like, okay, now I got to get it.
Oh, for the vinyl? Are you talking about the vinyl set?
Yeah, dude, if
Oh,
he
okay.
has a script or something like that, I'm gonna
no.
lose it.
It's
That's
not
what
a
it
script. But this came with that set.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
see,
Dude.
I actually, like, my girlfriend was cleaning up in the
hold on.
studio the other day, and I was like, don't touch this. Keep your
Look
fucking hands away from it. And she picked it up like a little weird one. So like, fucking put it down.
oh,
Because
it's
that,
gorgeous.
that is crazy.
Beautiful. Oh
So
my
That
gosh.
came with it. I'm going to very,
Was that with all of them or just for
No.
Okay, I was gonna say.
very carefully.
So did you
it back
you
in
got
its
the
sleeve.
vinyl with that with the orange vinyls, right? That's one you
Yes.
got. See, I got the dried blood one, which I like both. But I gotta say, I kind of prefer the vinyls if you buy them individually. They're all
Yeah,
different.
I mean, I mostly bought this for that.
Mhm.
Because this was something where I'm like, not to be bleak, but I don't think there's many years left to try and get a Carpenter signature.
Oh, dude, don't tell
Yeah,
me that.
stop.
And so I was like, I just need to get this.
It's
Yeah,
like it's like with him and Dario Argento, those are like the top two, and Cronenberg. Those are
Mm,
probably my like top three
dude.
signatures.
Yeah, after David Lynch died, I was like,
I
oh
was thinking that. Tony Todd was a big one for me.
that's
He was like
another
one of
one.
the one people I wanted to meet.
I
Hmm.
only got to meet him one time, and
That's
I
awesome.
wish I would have taken
Oh,
a
dude,
picture
that's
with him.
amazing.
Which I think his like last film is getting ready to come out.
Yeah, I saw that.
Sad man.
Hmm.
That
Yeah.
final scene in Final Destination Bloodlines, I was literally
Ooh,
crying in the theater watching
Oh,
that,
oh
man.
yeah, for sure. Chills. You know, soggy eyes, all that fun stuff.
soggy eyes.
Which moist eyes, if you don't like that word either.
Yeah.
Um, I could get it, make it all gross. This soggy, moist wetness penetrating my eyes.
No,
There
I'm
you
not
go.
going to be crying anytime soon. Then
There you go. But I read somewhere that scene in Final Destination was all improv.
It
That was
was. The
something that he
director was
wrote.
literally like, just say what you want to say to like your fans, which makes it even harder to watch.
Right.
Ooh,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's tough.
Steven, you need to get this Halloween set. It's
I have all of them.
Join
but
us.
this one has unreleased tracks that it's not available anywhere else.
Well, and to
I
me,
gotta.
what really sold that was the track in Halloween Kills when he's killing Karen. That was always something that really stood out to me right at the end of Halloween Kills. And I was like, I don't know why this never got an official release. And now
You know,
they did it, and it sounds great.
and
I'll
the
definitely listen.
posters, you're getting like 24 by 36
They're
posters.
nice.
Dude.
And they're all
Got it.
creepy duck design. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's awesome.
The Halloween Kills poster, I think might be my favorite with the pumpkin on the
great.
bottom.
Yeah.
Steven, I need to talk you into picking this up
It's
before it
something to
sells out.
consider.
Dude, I'm telling you, man.
I have so many waxwork records I still need to pick up. I'm like falling behind on all
Yeah.
like the recent releases that they've
I
had.
just got The Witch recently. I got one for Nosferatu, and then my
Yeah.
rabbit started chewing on the side of it, and I had to hang it on the wall.
The
Not
rabbit
the
or the
vinyl, not the
Okay.
rabbit.
Oh, I was like,
That's it.
well, they have the Curse of Michael Myers from Mondo.
Yeah.
That
That's not
looks
coming out till what, March?
Yeah, but I'll have it for next Halloween, right?
Let's hope it doesn't sell out before you get it.
Come on, man.
The Witch, though, is it this? The Witch, I got
have
this
that one.
from Amazon.
I did not get the Sacred Bones one.
The Witch, Sacred Bones had a Witch release.
Yeah, they did.
That's the one. This is the one I have. It's just a simple black.
Yeah, I have the
black
same one.
vinyl.
I have
I
the
like the
smoke
Sacred
one, I
Bones,
think.
It's very flimsy.
dude. I know it bothers me.
Yeah.
What
Great
colors-
soundtrack.
yeah, what
Phenomenal
colors did
soundtrack.
they have for that release? Hold on, because I feel like they came out with a couple others.
They did. There was like a red, like a deep crimson one that was really cool.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I need to get. I want to get the Northman vinyl.
That's one of my favorite
I got that one.
soundtracks, man.
Yo, you have that one, Steven?
I've just
Who put that one out?
that was
Sacred Bones, wasn't it?
yeah, them and Waxwork. Waxwork has been pretty good about putting out most of the Robert Eggers films, or at least some more recent ones.
Yeah.
I want to know who's doing the music for Werewolf. If it's going to be Robin Carolyn again.
Oh, here we go. Sacred Bones has it. You can get it still. The Northman for $33.
It's worth it.
You get there's the red. You can get the black. What are you? Are you traditional vinyl? You like black only, or do you like the colors?
Who are you talking
Me?
to?
Either one.
Oh, I go color variants, 100%.
I don't collect a ton of vinyl. I do have some, like my favorite albums I'll buy on vinyl.
Mhm.
And I'll buy the colored ones unless it's like known that the colored variant is like low quality. Then I'm like, I'm just gonna go with the black ones. I actually want
The
it to
glow in the
sound
dark.
good.
You
Yeah,
don't get the
and I'm
glow in
like,
the
I'm
dark
not.
ones.
Yeah,
Yeah, speaking of crazy vinyls, I just saw one. It was a sponsored ad on Instagram, but it was Slippery When Wet, the Bon Jovi vinyl, where they have water inside of the vinyl.
Oh no.
That thing will go get yellow, and then I can only imagine it would mess with the weight of the vinyl as it's spinning.
The blood, like the blood filled ones that blood, right? But
yeah.
Friday the 13th had one from Waxwork early on, and that is insanely expensive. Insane. It's probably, I think, one of the more expensive records I've ever come across. But I just, at some point, I'm sure it's going to dry up.
even more than what was that one that TerraVision did, and it was like a full. You would talk to the guys at TerraVision if they were ever going to re-release it.
Oh, Freddy's Nightmares.
Freddy's Nightmares.
Man, that's another one I got to get. But
Yeah. Well, I just I'm waiting on Sleepy Hollow. I pre-ordered that, so just that one. So
I got to watch that on 4K for the first time this year. I pre-ordered from the Blu-ray, and it's such a good 4K transfer.
It's a great and the
Holy
sound,
shit.
the score in that movie.
Yeah.
oh, I got to get Creep Show too.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, we talked about a lot of great films from 1981.
Oh yeah,
I mean, this is a great year.
Totally.
So I'm excited for 1983, and it's funny because
I mean too.
or 82. I'm sorry. 'Cause you could, well, I had 3 on my mind because Friday the 13th Part 3 and
Yeah.
Halloween 3 are all 1980, 1982, the next year. So,
That's fair.
but yeah, guys, thank you so much, Evan, for joining us and coming
Yeah,
on. Really, really appreciate it. It's a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me on.
Blast.
Always.
But I think let's go ahead, Evan. Why don't you tell everyone what's going on Rocklin Graves and what fun stuff do you have planned?
Yeah, so I'm still hard at work on a short film that we've been cranking out. Another rabbit destruction. He ate the cable to my light, so currently can't
Oof.
film anything, which is super awesome. So I have to find a way to get a new cable, which they're not easy to come by. But anyway, that's for another time. I'll have a short film out in the next little while. I wrote a movie recently, like a full feature film.
Like a screenplay?
Yeah, which was fun.
Nice.
Now I'm working on a treatment for another one. So I've been really enjoying like writing stories. But in terms of videos, I have Beau is Afraid on the horizon. Weapons is
Nice.
coming up soon. And then I guess we'll be into December when Weapons is a thing. But we're almost to the point where we're going to be doing year-end roundups. So I'm trying to get my list together for my top 10 of the year. So nothing too crazy right now, but I'm having fun. I'm excited for the Beau is Afraid video because I love that movie.
I've never seen it. I didn't get a chance to watch it, unfortunately. So
It didn't do well.
yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
So you said year-end roundup. Are you talking like movies that came out in 2025 or?
Yeah, I tend to do like a top 10 of the year.
Okay.
At the end of the year, and then I'll do like movies that I'm looking forward to in 2026. Which number 1 is going to be Werewolf. Spoilers.
Oh yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna even come close to that.
Real quick before we go to see it, what did you think? Did you guys see Frankenstein?
Yeah.
I haven't.
Okay, Evan, what did you think of it?
I thought it was okay.
Thank you. That's
yeah.
exactly what I thought.
I mean, look, there was a lot that I liked about it. The production design is great. Some
Set
of the
pieces were
performances
great.
were fantastic. Like Jacob Elordi was brilliant. There were certain sequences I thought were awesome. But my buddy Daniel from the Cobwebs channel kind of hit the nail. Have you guys worked with him?
Yeah, good guy.
Yeah, I've been on a couple videos with him.
He hit the nail on the head. He said that it felt like it was the first time he'd seen a movie where the creator of it was too in love with the source material to fully engage with it. Where it was like he didn't really want to make Frankenstein monstrous, and he kind of had this like black and white take on, or he didn't want to make the monster monstrous and had this black and white take on like Victor Frankenstein. And you can really tell that it was supposed to be 3 movies originally. Like that was what Del Toro wanted to do, was 3 different movies. And I kept thinking while I was watching, like, this should have been a mini series because there's like 100 different things they're trying to do here that are not getting developed or fleshed out at all. And then I also think that they like removed some of the like moral nuance of it by like not having the monster kill any innocent people. And you'll see, I've seen people online be like, well, he was killing people all the time. Like, yeah, but those people were shooting at him and weren't characters that we knew about. There's no moral weight to it whatsoever. You watch that original Frankenstein movie, there is weight to that scene.
The girl.
There's nothing like that in this movie. And not to spoil it, Steven, because you haven't seen it, but the love story came out of fucking nowhere and is not explained. It's not developed. And what made it even worse,
so instant. It's like, boom, there it is.
Nosferatu did that last year. So we have something that's like really similar to directly compare it to. And I know not everyone loved Nosferatu, but like that movie did such a better job of that than Frankenstein did.
I think that's why I've been kind of putting off watching Frankenstein. It's just
It's not terrible, and I'm not. To be very clear, I love Guillermo del Toro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, love the guy. I think he's a brilliant artist. I love that he's in the industry. What he stands for is amazing.
Mhm.
I just don't always think his scripts are particularly great. And I had just seen Crimson Peak for the first time like a month before Frankenstein came out, and Crimson Peak I thought was fantastic. And this feels in a lot of ways kind of like Crimson Peak again, but not as good.
Crimson Peak is great. You want to talk about atmosphere? Watch
Dude,
Crimson
it's
Peak.
awesome. Yeah, I thought Frankenstein was okay.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
I think we share the same sentiment. Steven, buddy, what's going on with you?
Oh, nothing. I swear. Oh no, that's not true. But yeah, we could have. So for Beyond the Blood, we just recently put out a oversized episode covering Sleepaway Camp, and we also covered the film novelization from B.R. Flynn, which was awesome. Highly recommend that book from
Nice.
Encyclopocalypse Publications. I really enjoyed deep diving into that book. And then we actually had an interview that just came out back on Wednesday with Catherine Kami, Thomas Vandell, and Karen Fields from Sleepaway Camp. So that was a pretty surreal experience, and we're very proud of that episode. So this Sunday we're recording Thanksgiving. We're going to be doing a deep dive into Eli Ross Thanksgiving. Pretty pumped for that. So be on the
Can you
lookout.
remind me when Thanksgiving is in the US? Because I always get confused by that. Because in Canada, it's in October.
So a week
So-
from today.
Yeah.
Oh, so it hasn't even happened yet.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So in Canada, it's like midway through October. So I always get thrown off because then, like a month after I've already done Thanksgiving, everyone's like, Thanksgiving time.
Yeah.
So I'm curious then, just after Halloween, do most you guys go straight into Christmas and celebrate from November 1st to December?
For most of my life, people waited until after Remembrance Day,
When's that?
November 11th.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
I think it's Memorial Day for you guys, is what
It's-
they call it. It's the same thing. But
Veterans Day. I think it's
Veterans Day. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, Remembrance Day is what I have known it as. But it used to be that people would wait until after Remembrance Day. But now it seems like Christmas lights are going up like halfway through October. So,
that's crazy.
yeah, I know.
Jeez.
It's brutal.
Sorry to
Like,
cut
I'm-
you off, Steven.
No, you're good. I I got a crash course in how early Christmas lights go up. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to cover that movie. You know, that is definitely one of the more recent horror films that I can recall that I really enjoyed. So be on the lookout for that one.
Hell yeah.
Well, guys, as for me, not a whole lot. A lot of my time was prepping for this, so now I don't know what I'm going to do with my time. Probably just put out more videos. I gotta do my reviews of Pearl and Maxine that just I got in. I started watching Pearl last night from Second Sight. Such a good movie. But I mean, yeah. Other than that, not a whole lot. Getting ready for 1982. That'd be the next one I got to prep for. So, but
Nice.
yeah, guys. Other than that, everyone watching who is here, thank you so much for stopping by and checking it out.
Yes, thank you.
I will be downloading this as an audio file. It will be going up as a podcast. So be on the lookout for that. But other than that, guys, I think that is all I have and everything. So any last words, guys?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. All right, everyone. Well, go watch a horror movie. All right.
See you on the next one.
See you guys later.